from 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California at Undercity Comics. Keeping Up with the Nerds presents issue 249. My name is Bryan.
Renee.
Sean.
And welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. The last issue of year 4. We finally did it. Woo!
Yay!
Wow. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Went around the sun one more time. How does it feel?
Tiring.
What are you looking at me like that? We're not going to start. My first show back in 2 weeks. We're not going to start with you looking at me like this. Say it or stop looking at me.
It's good to have you back, Bryan.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I missed you guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Hit him.
How's MJ been?
She's good. She's good. I feel like I really needed the 2 weeks off because I didn't realize how much I missed her, with everything that was going on. And like I finally got like the time to kind of like just shut off and focus on that. And like now I have attachment issues because I like even being here, I'm just like, damn, I just kind of want to see her now. But it's all good. It's all good. She's doing well. She's growing. She's outgrown her swaddle. She's starting to roll. So my little pinto bean is no longer a pinto bean. She's grown up to be a larger peanut now. What?
I didn't say nothing.
Also,
I have nothing for Pinto
I got beef
bean.
with you.
What did I do?
So I love how
Already.
What did I do?
Like a minute into the show.
No, I missed you guys. In all reality, I didn't miss you guys. I missed the show.
But I'm proud of it.
She messed up.
I don't know
I
what
will do it
did.
again.
I'd so do it again.
Good job, Nick.
I don't know what I did, but I'm proud of myself. I live rent free in your head.
You do.
It's
you
so
do,
great.
Unfortunately, knocking at every door, dude, and then I open it and you're not there, and I'm like, what the hell? Why are you ding dong ditching, dude? No, I got beef with you because in issue 248, you're just like, you know what? Bryan shouldn't have written down the script of the intro. What he needs to write down is the script where we talk about our socials and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, listening to that, I was just like, I did. I suggested writing it down. And then Nick over here goes like, I'm a free baller, dude. I'm just going to say whatever I want. It makes no sense. I provide an exit for you to have organization, and then you go like, no, I don't want it. Then you do it, and you're like, you know what? You should have had it. What do you mean?
I feel like you should have stuck to your guns.
I did.
This sounds like weakness.
I
to
miss
me.
you, Nick.
Sounds like
I miss this.
This sounds like you didn't
The
stick to your
gaslighting.
guns.
It's the gaslighting. It's the gaslighting, dude.
I don't know why you didn't stick to your
It's
guns.
the gaslighting.
If you
Even
knew it was a good
freaking
idea.
Sean, and which, by the way, I
Yeah.
know you were upset with all the searching that you had to do for that clip, but I just
I
wanted
wasn't
to show
upset. I was not upset.
you were tired.
I was tired.
Yeah, you were. You were,
I
and
was.
I
I was
appreciate
tired.
that.
I went. Yeah.
But the dedication to show that I was being gaslit, and then Nick has the audacity to go back on Messenger and be like, "Fake news, it's not real." And I'm like, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?"
Listen, I am a creation of my government. And whatever is good for my government is good for
Whatever land I stand on is a sovereign country.
me. Yeah.
I'm a sovereign nation.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you abide by your own rules. That's great.
Of course.
Look at how easy this is. Ready? Watch. Follows our social. Oh no, sorry. Wow, I already messed up.
Okay,
Look
let's
how easy.
Check out
moving
our
on.
website, keepingitwiththenerds.com. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and xmen.com. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Keeping Up With The Nerds, and check out our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean. Also find us on YouTube Music right then and there. Real quick.
I'm just going to say,
Uh-huh.
you're talking about 2 issues ago. Last issue, did it fine. It was fine.
No, this was issue 248.
Last issue, I did it fine.
No, you did 247 fine. 248 is the one where you called me out for not having it written down.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He had time on his hands.
No kidding.
Yeah, I was listening. I was listening to you guys at work. I wasn't on the show. I'm going to listen. I want to see what shenanigans you guys got into. Yeah, it was fun. It was great.
Shenanigans are
Thank you
always
guys for holding the show down. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. It was all good.
It's a group effort.
Yeah.
It's a group effort minus one.
Yeah.
Oh no, somebody was falling behind. We had to slow the bus down.
What are you talking
Get
about?
him back on board.
Who?
What?
Who?
You.
Me. How was I falling off?
Because you weren't here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You jumped off the bus.
Jumped off the bus.
You guys docked
Listen,
the
our bus is
You
already-
docked the ship. I just stepped out merely to pick up some supplies and then
Listen,
I come back.
our bus is already really short.
enjoying
Where
the
are these
show.
supplies?
Or are they? You said you're going to
Where
bring
are
food.
they? Yeah.
You didn't even bring food.
No.
Yeah. Not a burger.
I got robbed. Robbed coming back to the ports.
By what? Your
hamburger
baby?
joint?
By my baby, by MJ. She stole all my resources, dude. All my money gone.
Good.
All of it gone.
How's she?
So you're
how's she?
saying there's a problem?
I'm hoping she.
You're calling MJ a problem?
How do you propose we get
That's
rid
not
of
what
said
I said.
problem?
I didn't say that either.
Listen, all I know is that I'm hoping that she held you at gunpoint. That's it. I just want you walking through the door and she's just.
Dude, she's devious, man. She's
Yeah.
got a personality. Yeah.
Well, she's your
does.
kid,
Yeah, I know.
of course.
Yeah. I feel like people think that she's gonna be against me, but I don't feel it, dude. I don't feel it.
Give
It's
it 12
always
years.
that when you don't expect it.
I know. Yeah, that's why I gotta watch out.
Let's wait
Gotta watch
15 years. Let's revisit.
It's like, I
this.
hate you,
Yeah.
Dad. I want to go out. Never.
Just want a tattoo, Dad.
Nope. I want to pierce the top of my ear. Never. What are you talking about?
I want to get a septum.
What? Crazy.
That smells.
Ew.
Everybody I've
Yeah.
ever talked to that has ever gotten a septum piercing always says that it smells. Like there's like a weird.
Well, because they don't
smell in
clean
your
it
nose.
then.
Because there's something
matter what.
literally in your nose.
No, like no matter what, because like you don't
The
get rid of that.
sweat.
Like, yeah, it's because as you're like moving around, it gets sweaty and everything, and you gotta like really get in there to like clean it.
I clean it with the Q-tips.
That's gross.
And
No,
if
thank
get,
you.
like, and if you get like really cheap metal, then it like starts to like
If you get cheap metal, what's the point of getting a septum then?
because some people just
'Cause
buy
it's
cheap metal.
Hardcore, dude.
Hardcore.
It's
Yeah, dog.
hardcore.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I want
punk.
to quickly kind of tease this. Year 5's going to be interesting. We've got a couple good surprises coming your guys' way. So keep an eye out for that. Things that we've talked about that we've been wanting to do, finally going to get done.
Yeah.
Group
Ball
effort.
rolling.
It's good. Yeah, get the ball rolling. So if you guys are interested in supporting us in other ways, keep an eye out because
with
there's
your wallet.
Look, look, find it.
When we ask for help,
Yeah.
We
that'll be
need you.
that might be our third. That'll be the 13th reason.
Yep.
it's the subtle with your wallet. But we've got some surprises for you guys. A couple things that we're wanting to work on. It's been a group effort to
We take
get to this point.
donations too, but
you
Yeah.
joke about it.
yeah.
Money,
It's gonna happen.
please.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
I'll do despicable things for $20.
I thought you said you'll do Despicable Me. I'm like, what are you gonna bring a minion?
Reenact
Yeah.
Despicable Me.
You're gonna dress up as a minion.
How hilarious would that be? For like, if that was like a thing for $20, you had to
$20.
reenact, you had to reenact a movie.
Reenact the movie.
$20
But
a month.
you be kind, rewind it, and you just make like a short version.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute version
Yeah.
of the movie.
If they do a $20 tier for a Patreon, that's gonna be it. It's you reenact a movie of a audience choosing.
Oh.
No, movie scene. They go. You have to reenact a movie.
What
scene.
was that? Oh,
That actually would
have
be
you seen
really
that
funny.
Parks and Recs episode where what's his name, Andy, is trying to delay the fact that they don't have cable at home? So he like explains the movie
He
process.
talks about Roadhouse and stuff.
That should be one of the things that we offer if we do throw it.
Yeah, I'm down.
But it has to rotate. So 1 week each one of us.
It's called the Thespian.
The Thespian?
The
Is that
Thespian.
really what it's called?
You know,
Or is that what you want to call it?
Someone goes, "Oh, reenact this from this adult movie. $150."
you said any movie.
You said any movie, man.
I want to see Brokeback Mountain. Let's do this.
I was a Patreon. I paid my money. I'm doing what I'm owed.
I didn't know that Brokeback Mountain's hitting its 15th anniversary.
Is
Oh,
it? I
really?
mean, is it something?
wow.
Sure.
What do you mean?
Why? It was an Oscar award-winning movie.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Heath
And
Ledger,
one
Jake
of the
Gyllenhaal.
actors died.
I know. Jesus Christ,
Don't
dude.
dismiss Brokeback Mountain.
I'm not. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said it that way.
You just had a.
Sorry, I triggered you.
No,
I
no,
apologize.
you
I
just
take
had
it
it.
back. I take it
You're
back.
fine.
I take it back.
No, you don't have to.
No, I'm gonna
leave
take
it there. Leave it there.
Why?
Leave it there.
Are you on the same
Because
boat
it-
as me?
I mean, honestly, I was thinking
I'm
that while
not
you said, I'm
shocked.
like,
I'm
okay,
not
what's the
shocked it's
what's the
coming from
relevancy right now?
Like what?
Is Nick gonna go on a tangent? I mean, I feel like he's gonna go on a tangent mentioning this right now. Is that where he's gonna go?
No, I was
That's
just-
what I thought.
I was just aiming for Brian's not an ally joke, but
What are
Oh.
you talking about?
you immediately ran into the whole like, do we need Brokeback Mountain? I was like,
Was it necessary?
yeah, was it
In this
necessary?
political
It was a
climate,
me-
you're gonna say that I'm
There was
not
a
an
me-
ally, dude.
Listen, I'm trying to get
Unbelievable.
Listen, I'm
I
trying to
mean-
get subscribers.
I
what are
mean,
you trying to do?
it shouldn't. Unless it needs to be said, Keep It Up with the Nerds are allies.
Yes.
And if you pay us
Yes.
more,
We'll be a bigger ally.
It's not true. I've hate crime, my brother.
What have you
not his
done?
community, but him specifically.
Yeah.
I'm sure the things I've done to my brother are hate crimes. In some nature.
Right?
Not illegal, but
Yeah, but like are they hate crimes when they're a sibling?
no.
No.
See, look,
Yeah, the
that's fun.
line gets drawn a little higher. Is he okay?
Huh?
Is he okay?
He flinches when I try to raise my hand.
Okay, see, now that's a problem. That's a problem.
I do this and he goes.
Justin, we'll send you a number. Don't worry about it. We'll save you.
It's the wrong number.
We'll send you the hotline.
You would have sent the number. You're not getting any help.
Do it.
Just change of one number. It's like, and now that 8 becomes a 9.
You know what? You haven't told a story of like a devious act that you've done at work.
Oh.
You haven't messed with anyone.
I just haven't been. I haven't.
Are they not worthy of telling on the show anymore? Like, are you just out of
no,
ideas?
No, it's not even that.
Or are
know
you in
what?
hibernation?
At this point, I'm automatically taking credit for for a lot of other people committing pranks.
So
I'm
you're a
gonna have to do
serial
it.
murderer, right? You're a serial killer.
Yeah, and then
But
people are just
now you're
and people are
retired.
and people are blaming me for other
Copycat.
like,
Yeah.
for others.
Oh, that's
That's
yeah.
definitely Dexter.
The
I have a,
copycat clown.
I have copycat pranksters now, and they're
You've
on.
assimilated a following.
He's like Joker right
Yeah,
now.
he is.
He's got his goons
I don't
terrorizing Repetto.
I don't have to actually like do anything.
The Valero Coalition.
Now I just allow them to do it, and then they come in and they're like, "Oh, do you think this is a good idea?"
They wear Nick's
And
mask.
then I'm like, "Yeah, it's a good idea, but you know what would be better?" And they go, "What?" And then I would add like 2 or 3 things to it, and they were like, "Oh, that's pretty good. All right, we're gonna do that." And then like 2 days later, it'll happen.
One of these
Hijacked a prank.
One of these followers actually commits murder.
Yeah.
And Nick is just like, you took it too far. It was too far.
No, so like
Someone's dead now.
So like one of the guys, he carries a water bottle every single day.
I was gonna say, I'm like, he carries what?
He carries a water bottle every single day.
What's in the water? What's in the water?
It's loaded.
What's in the bottle?
It's loaded with
so,
water.
So we've been hiding ducks all over his office for like the past month.
So you stuffed ducks in his
So
water bottle?
I put a water bottle in his water bottle, like an actual like water bottle.
What?
So I dumped all the
You
water
violated
out.
a water bottle?
I dumped all the water
Another
out.
water bottle?
You took Duncan
Nothing
this
is
water
sacred.
bottle?
Right?
And then I got
No
a plastic-
lines.
And then I got a plastic water bottle. And then one of the other employees was like, "Let's put ducks in it." And I'm like, "All right." So we put ducks in that water bottle, and then I put it in, and then I got his straw from the top, and then I slid it into the water bottle, and then I closed it. So that way it was perfectly fine. So the entire day he kept picking it up and thinking, "Oh, it's full." So he kept drinking from it the entire day. And then at the end of the day, he went to go clean it, and he opened it up, and a water bottle fell out of it with ducks. And he goes, "I was drinking out of that all day." All day, Nick. And I'm like, "I didn't do anything."
I didn't do the ducks.
So you got a water bottle.
It's an act of terrorism.
No, because terrorist attacks don't require that much thinking. This was
Biological warfare.
And then he got mad at me yesterday. He got mad at me 2 days ago because I put.
He's terrorizing this poor guy.
I didn't know he was gonna get so mad. I put ducks in his candle because he has a candle warmer that's in his office.
Oh, okay.
So all the candle wax was all like liquid. So then I got a handful of ducks and then I threw them in the candle.
Oh no!
And then like it filled the candle up, and then there was a couple of ducks that were sticking out of it.
Did they melt?
No, they didn't. Surprisingly enough, they didn't
good.
melt.
So
But
there's
he got like super mad because he's like, "That's like $100 candle. Why would you do that to a $100 candle?" And I'm like, "How was I supposed to know it was like a $100 candle?"
Yeah, and first of all, why are you bringing a $100
Why would you
candle?
bring a $100 candle? You know what? And this is the argument I made too.
Yeah.
And so anyway,
no, he's in the right.
no, he's in the wrong. He brought a
No, he
$100
had a
candle
$100 candle.
at an elementary school. That
No,
doesn't
okay,
make
You
sense.
in
would
his
not bring a
office?
$100
Yeah, in his
candle to
office.
your
Okay,
work.
that's fine though. It's in his office.
Kids
so
come
it's
in and
not,
out of that thing all the time.
So in other words, don't bring anything expensive
So
to your work.
anyway,
Well,
Yeah.
don't bring anything expensive that you know that
When you have a
large
serial
amount of
prankster.
people have access
Yeah.
to the facility.
So
How else can you flex on people out of school?
I mean that's true.
You
So-
have really nice niche knickknacks.
So
You're like, look at this, I got this in Cabo.
he does.
You
which
wish you were
see-
there
See,
in
he
Cabo.
does- he
my
does-
ego's always intact, so I'm fine.
But the
I
thing
don't
is that
show off.
he also does have like $40 soap, like hand soap.
He's
that, like,
just bougie.
What does he do at
He's
your job?
bougie.
He's just
Huh?
bougie.
He's the other version of me. He just does like the public program.
Does he have another job?
No.
Does it make sense that he would make these purchases
Oh
working
no,
there?
no.
Okay, so something's fishy, but
No,
we're not going to talk about that.
We're not insinuating anything.
No, it's called he has like far too much money that's just burning a hole in his pocket.
Oh,
and
it's
he
just so he just doesn't know.
he just doesn't manage his money.
So he
very
spends
well.
on $40 soaps and $100 candles.
Dude, he's done it before where he's like, I want to buy another jacket, and I'm like, all right, cool, dude, go to Costco. They got them for like $20. And he's like, nah, dude, I'm
I
gonna get
want
this one.
I want another Versace.
Yeah, and he's
I want
like,
up
no,
a
and like,
what's
he
it called?
gets-
Banana Republic.
Not Banana Republic.
No,
No,
dude,
it's not anymore.
he'll
That's not
spend-
expensive
no,
anymore.
he'll
It's not.
It's
But
so.
what is it called? The one with the bee?
The one with the bee.
Which one's the one that has like the skeleton on it? Like it has like a like a pterodactyl skeleton that's on it.
I don't think that's a rich one.
It is.
There's a
No,
Balenciaga.
I don't know about it.
Balenciaga.
Well, anyway, the whole point is that it's a jacket. It's like a windbreaker jacket, and he has like a shell. It's meant for snowboarding. He wears them at work when it's
In
like
California?
in California, and they're like $400 jackets.
In the summer?
Yeah, it's not during the summer, like when it's cold, like
When
during
it's
the
like
winter.
still
Okay,
65 degrees outside?
Is it bad? I don't feel bad you pranking this guy. Like I don't. Like,
Does he listen to the show?
no.
So he's fine.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
was going to say, I'm like, you deserve it.
no. So anyway, yeah, we were doing all that, and then like today, I just made him kind of give up. Like,
Give up on life?
well, not. I hope not.
I mean, hopefully he's still buying stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, because I'll definitely be name checked. But I mean, no. So I got his water bottle. I just mess with his water bottle now a lot. So like, I got his
Is
water
it a
bottle.
$200 water bottle?
No, it's just a regular like hydro flask. So I got the lid, and then I unscrewed the lid all the way, and it was a full container of water. And I unscrewed the entire lid, so that way, if you grabbed it, the top would come off. And I was thinking, oh, when he grabs it, it's just gonna go, and then just come right off, and it'd be hilarious. But he grabbed it so aggressively that he went, Fwah! And the whole thing came apart, and it like flew all over the place, and water flew everywhere, and he just dropped it and walked away. And I was like,
Do you ever think you take a prank too far?
I didn't think that one was too far.
Where do you draw the
Wait,
line?
which- I think
Which
the-
one do you think it went too far?
The
Yeah.
candle was definitely too far. I got yelled at. I got yelled at,
You heard the
and like,
bass
and
in
I
his
went
voice.
to actually go like I took the I
Was it
went
the
to
type
take
of
the-
yelling where it's like you got reprimanded?
I
Was it the
did.
type of yelling where it's like, listen, Nick, if I was your dad, I'd spank you?
No,
Stop with these effing ducks. It's not funny.
No, it was his words where he went, "I'm not mad at you. I am mad at the action." And I am so pissed off.
Oh wow.
I am so mad. I'm so mad at the action right now. I don't even want to look at you.
And that hit your soul.
And I was like, "Oh, I feel bad."
That hit your soul.
So-
You're like, ow.
So when I came in the
My
next
integrity.
so when I came in the next day, I got like the ducks and I like got them out and everything else. And he was just like, and he goes like, the ducks are still in there. And I go, no, they're not. And I took them out, and he went to go look, and he was like, oh, I guess the ducks are gone.
Okay, I like the ducks.
Now he looks at the candle.
were
It's just
kinda
like
cute.
soft, mellow music in the background.
I
He
do
misses
have to
Nick.
admit though, when I was taking them out though, I did notice that one or two of the ducks started to melt. So I was like, oh, it's a good thing I took these out. Because he just put the stupid candle warmer back over it. He was just like, oh, yeah, whatever. And he put it over. Like a
Aren't
moron.
candle warmers like over $100 too?
No.
No, you can get a Walmart.
You
for
can get it
like-
at Walmart for like
Yeah.
$20.
Yeah, but this guy's not
But
gonna
if
go
it's
to
like
Walmart.
if
I don't
it's
think
like
this guy stepped in a
porcelain
Walmart.
or like
That's true. You probably went to Bed Bath.
has like a
Beyond.
nice glaze.
Bed Bath and Beyond is not as expensive as you think. If you
Yeah,
go on
Bed
the
Bath
right
and
time.
Beyond actually isn't. It's not super.
Not Bed Bath and Beyond. Bath and Body Works.
You remember Pure
Oh,
One
Bed Bath
Imports?
Body Works?
Wait,
Pure
no,
One.
you're right. Bed Bath and Beyond, but they don't exist anymore.
What are you talking about?
I
Bed
don't know, I
Bath
got
and
lost.
Beyond's?
It's like they're in
Not
malls.
really.
Like,
Are they?
You have to find one in a mall.
Where's a mall?
Yeah.
They are the
Exactly.
as seen on TV places now.
Are they?
They kind of.
You seen balls now? Like where are you finding a ball?
Puente Hill? No, not Puente Hills. I'm right.
Dude, Puente Hills is a
Westfield,
dude,
Brea.
Brea.
You
yeah.
would get more action at the
Montebello.
Puente Hills Mall if you
Montebello.
turned it into a paintball ring.
I pitched
That would
that
be
idea
cool.
years ago.
That would be so cool.
Dude, actually that would be pretty
God, I
sick.
would love that.
Could you imagine?
There needs to be more
mall.
paintball and airsoft places here in California.
There used to be one in El Monte that was really nice. I liked that one.
Oh,
Th-
wasn't
there's
that
like Hollywood Sports and
yeah.
SC Village, but those are like
So far.
a bit of a drive.
SC
you know.
Village is super far.
And I hear like I watch paintball people on YouTube.
You watch
And-
Node?
Huh?
You watch Node?
I don't know any of them by name. I just like watching the
Wait,
content.
can we go paintballing?
I like to consume that.
I'm down.
I want to go.
That would be
paintballing.
so awesome. I
wanna go
actually have a
paintballing.
free pass for one person
SC
to
Village?
go. I might be.
I don't know, but anyway,
Yeah.
I want to go paintballing. Paintball is fun.
I would
I
be
haven't been
down.
I haven't been to paintballing in a while.
Yeah. Well, there's- yeah. We'll talk
Anyway,
about this after.
Comic strips.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I wanted to talk about what I did over the weekend. Sorry,
Yeah.
no, it's fine. Over the weekend, me and Mandy went to the Comic-Con Revolution, and I was very fortunate to have enough money and to get my copy of Uncharted 2 from the PS3 signed by Nolan North himself.
He signed the box or he signed the art?
He signed the box. I had him sign the box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was cool. He was a really nice guy. He was really nice. He was really cool to talk to briefly. But he was a really nice guy too, because he was talking to everyone before me. Like, he was giving them their time and stuff. And I didn't want to be that one guy that kind of adds on more to his time, because it was funny. There wasn't a line behind me, but there was a line in front of me, and then after me and Mandy were standing there was like a huge line right behind us.
They let a second group in then. Yeah, that was
Basically.
cool.
Yeah,
So it was really cool to meet him. I was gonna tell him a story, but again, it was just timing wise.
What was the story?
The story was basically it kind of like, because so the Comic-Con Revolution was coming up, and I was like, who do I want to meet? Who do I want to get signed? Mick Foley was gonna be there. Tom Welling was gonna be there. Michael Rosenbaum was gonna be there. Ernie Hudson was there as well too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So it was like, I was like, oh, well, there's going to be some people there that I know, some people, but I don't really have anything specific for them to sign, because I like to have something personally that's mine, of my own collection, to meet someone and sign it. And stuff.
Ernie Hudson would have been a good one for your popcorn bucket.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Ghostbusters one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Trap?
Ghost Trapper.
Yeah.
So for me, I was going through and I was like, oh, wait, Nolan North is going to be there. I was actually looking for my first game, the Drake's Fortune, but I couldn't find that one. But this one ended up being my favorite game anyways. That's the thing. And it just got me thinking. And I was like, man, I just remember playing this game. And then I remember how I got my PlayStation 3. I remember it was a year after high school. I didn't have a job. I wasn't working. It was hard to find a job at the time. And I was saving up money. I was saving up money to get a PlayStation 3. And I was like, I need to do something. I want to play new video games. I don't want to have the chance to play new video games. So for a few months, I was saving up money to get the PS3. And then I remember Christmas was coming around, and my mom asked me, she goes, what do you want for your Christmas? I go, oh, I just want a PS3. I just want money to get the PS3 and stuff. And then she goes, okay. And then I remember the Christmas morning, I woke up, I wasn't expecting anything, because I was like, it's a PS3. I'm not going to get it. My family wasn't very, doing well that year, and it was just hard. It was hard that year. And my mom tells me, and she goes, hey, I need to talk to you. I go, what's up? She goes, and she hands me this envelope of money. And I go, what's this? And she goes, well, I talked to everyone in the family that all you wanted was a PS3, and you've been trying hard to save and stuff. So this is everyone pitching in, and they want to make sure you get it. And I go, what? That's great. And then I just was like, okay, cool. And then I remember we went around trying to find the PS3. Then we got the PS3, and then we got Uncharted. The first game I got was Uncharted 1. And then so it just made me remember, I was like, wow, if my mom didn't help out, I would have never played this game and got to meet Nolan North.
That's a sick story.
That is
That's
really
beautiful.
Cool
That's a touching story.
That
What the heck?
is.
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder if kids
I love
have that nowadays.
So
Because I remember doing that for the Xbox 360, where me and my brother had made the decision where we were like,
we're
and
getting it.
we're gonna get an Xbox.
I think
And
it comes down to the way that certain things are experienced, because
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes to gaming systems, or just even things in general that we enjoy as children, everyone kind of has a different way of getting things. So like for me, my most memorable experience was grabbing the Xbox 360 Modern Warfare 3 console edition. And that to me is a significant one, because we don't have midnight releases like that anymore.
No.
Waiting outside at like
Yeah.
10
I miss
p.m. in a line while GameStop employees are throwing out free NAS
Yeah,
and
or-
energy
or-
drinks.
Yeah.
or just being outside in the middle of the winter, and they're like
Random strangers, and you're all
Yeah.
there for the one
Yeah,
same
and then
thing.
you
And
get
you just,
home,
dude,
you
you
plug in the
throw it out with
Xbox,
other
and
gamers and
you're
stuff.
playing Call of Duty until
Yeah.
4 in the morning, like that.
you're
Like
getting
I
people's gamer
missed that.
tags going
Yeah.
like, yeah, man.
Okay,
yeah,
Randy,
man.
as soon as you
I'm gonna be on-
install
As
it.
soon as I install it, like, you're gonna be on, yeah. All right, let's do this.
that's like hardcore, like nostalgia.
Nostalgia,
my
yeah.
favorite.
Nostalgia gaming.
That's my member berries.
Because
that's
my,
it, yeah.
because
That's
my,
remember berries.
well, 'cause
Yeah, big time.
I specifically remember the Xbox 360 coming out. Me and Justin were huge Xbox fans, and we wanted that Xbox 360. And he even told me, he was like, "All right, we can get it, if both of us put money in. Like whenever we get money, we put it in this box, and this box cannot be touched. It can only be touched for the Xbox. And then we were counting, and we were like, we finally got to it. And then we told our parents, we want to get the Xbox. My dad was like, I'm not gonna buy the Xbox. I'm not gonna buy it. And then we literally pulled out this box of money and just put it on top. He was like, where did you guys get all this money? It's like, oh, we haven't been eating lunch. We've been
starving yourselves.
Yeah,
we like any bit of money that like they ever like gave us for like lunch money or anything like that. We would go like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get like a $1 burrito and I'll save $1.25. And we eventually saved enough money. And then that was when Xbox 360s were impossible to find. And then me and him were on the phone every single time out of school, just calling up every Best Buy and Game Crazy and everything else. And we ended up finding it at the Game Crazy at the Hollywood Video.
Yep,
wow.
in Atlantic.
No, not on
Rest in
Atlantic.
peace, King.
On Whittier Boulevard. The one that used to be there, right where the Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, you're
Right
talking
there.
about where the Family Mart is at.
Where the Family Mart
Yeah.
used to be.
That used to be a Hollywood Video.
Used to be a Hollywood Video and a Game Crazy.
Oh,
Yup,
that's
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found it there. We called them and they were, and I went, hey man, I know this is like a long shot. Do you happen to have any Xbox 360s? And the guy goes, you know what? You're in luck. I have one. And I go, no way do you have one. He goes, I have one. I'm looking at it right now. If you want to come pick it up, I'll hold it for you for the next 20 minutes. And I remember just running to my dad, just going, we gotta go. And Justin he was in high school, so he was out, and I called him up on his cell phone, and I'm like, Justin, I'm on the way to go get an Xbox 360. He goes, where did you find it? And I go, Game Crazy. He goes, dude, go get it. Go get it. Plug it in. Have everything downloaded. We're playing tonight. I remember that.
That's awesome.
I remember it, dude. It was so much fun.
So I did get a little bit emotional recently because when MJ gets her baths, we interchange where Andy will, if I'm bathing her, Andy will pick the music and the books to read. When she bathes her, I pick the music and the books to read. Lately, I've been playing lo-fi music for MJ, but I've been playing video game lo-fi, specifically Pokemon lo-fi, and it hits like a nerve in me where I'm just like, damn. I remember this music from like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Just playing those games, that hit a nostalgia, man. Like
That's
even
me
revisiting
with Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda
Yeah.
music, Legend of Zelda piano. I'll put on there as well too. Yeah, and it's just
Ocarina of Time, great soundtrack.
yeah, everything about it. Or Kingdom Hearts too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What do you think's better, the first or the second soundtrack? For
For
Kingdom Hearts 1 or
Second.
Kingdom Hearts 2? Yeah.
Second.
Nice too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. To answer your question though, I feel like kids can still have that memory with them.
No.
It's just different.
Not
I
as
feel like they
much,
have
though.
it more with the game itself now. Like think Minecraft or Fortnite.
But it's the
but
it's the age of
it's the younger
I doubt-
generation.
but
It's,
it's the-
my brother's generation.
yeah, but
you
it's
know?
the age of downloading games. Like I don't know if you like remember when you had to like stay outside to get a disc.
Yeah.
Like there was no I can just download it on.
You had to go to
I
a Walmart
I
or a
have to go
Target
to a
pick it up.
Target. I have to go to a GameStop. I have to go to these stores to go
Yeah.
pick up the disc because I can't just download it offline. Now it's a game comes out, I can buy it and download it 2 days beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And-
you also get access to it like a day before as well too.
Or
if
some
download
give you
it.
almost a week.
Yeah.
Depending on like whether or not you bought a Ubisoft game.
Yeah. 3-day early
Um,
access kind of stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I mean though is I feel like those cool moments of like gaming
You know what changed?
kind of gone.
You know what changed it? And I honestly think, and I'm not saying this with any malice or any shade, I think it's streaming. I think the fact that once streaming became really marketable and people were making buku bucks off of it, game developers were seeing like, hey, I can use this person to help advertise said game. You know, it's more marketing that they had access to.
It
So
is.
that ritual, that intimacy just got phased out because there was just a new
But it's
thing
the games that they
coming.
play, because that's the thing is that if you've noticed,
Yeah.
most of our experiences that are nostalgic to us are single player games. A lot of them tend to be that way. Call of Duty,
story based games.
yeah,
You know, there was
but
no
like if we even
online
talk about like Call of Duty or Halo, for example, like those two games, they had a community that was it was still difficult to get online, but at least like there was a what is it called, a personality to it. Like Call of Duty lobbies were fun as hell. That was a wild west
yeah.
of gaming back then, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Halo
Oh,
was
sure.
even still underdeveloped.
Oh
that
my
was
God.
like
No, that
Yeah.
was That was
Things were said you can't take back.
No.
I jumped online and everybody chose violence.
Yeah.
Everybody chose violence.
You look at the keyboard for the Xbox attachment, you're going to see like 4 buttons that are very faded.
Oh yeah, just,
four keys on that are just really faded. They've been worn out.
I used to love when the Kinect came out, and then especially when you hated people. And like, let's say you're in an Xbox game. If you're in an Xbox game or you're in a Call of Duty lobby, and then you'd send them a message, and then you just say, and then you would just send them the message of Xbox turn off.
Oh, and it would turn it off.
And they read it.
play it
Yeah,
through the speaker.
Xbox turn off.
No, no, and then just turn, and then the whole thing turns off, and all you see is them get logged off, and you're like, good, that's what you get. You can't be jerk.
I miss COD 2 and COD 3. I miss those the most. And
I
Black
miss
Ops.
Skyrim, dude. Skyrim's not even that old.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I miss Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Dexter, yes.
I miss Jack and
my
Daxter.
first game that I ever 100.
Dude, that's the first game I ever 100 too.
Yeah.
I love that game.
That's
To get all the precursor orbs.
yeah.
Beautiful Joe. Anyone play Beautiful?
Yeah, Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe,
I
yeah.
remember Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe.
Dude,
His
it was
big
so
head
great.
always
Dude,
made
I
me
loved
laugh.
it, dude. I love that game.
That's a game Capcom needs to remaster.
Yeah, I know. Why don't we have a new Beautiful Joe? We had a Beautiful Joe and a Beautiful Joe 2.
Yeah.
That's something
it.
that should be remastered. Also, Space Channel 5.
Oh.
I loved Space Channel 5 when I was growing up.
You know what? Capcom needs to get their heads out of their asses because they've remastered everything besides. No.
They've been doing good.
They've been doing fine, but they're
They've been
not
doing
remastering
good.
Beautiful Joe. Like all these other IPs, great. They remastered
Take a
Mega
poll.
Man.
Take a poll. Take a
What do you
poll.
mean take a poll?
Take a poll and see
No
how
one's
many
gonna
people you
remember
know.
Beautiful Joe.
You know what
No
I
one
want?
is.
I want a House of the Dead with a light gun again.
We are never going to get a House of the Dead game because that software, that everything that game was based off of, is gone. It's deleted.
Time Crisis.
It's
Well, Time Crisis is
Time
why.
it doesn't exist anymore.
Well,
It
The hard part
accidentally
is that,
got deleted.
well,
Yeah, they said, "Oops, wrong button."
the other thing is that no, because I remember being on Time Crisis on the PlayStation and figuring out how to connect everything
Yeah,
together
that
so
was
you could
hard.
use the light gun, and then just like blah 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 blah, and so that way when I went into like actually go play it at the arcades, I was dominating. It was great. Always had the high score. It was awesome, but you can't use the light gun anymore. It
No.
doesn't reflect.
Yeah, well, you need a CCTV or one of those old Sony TVs.
Yeah, you need one. The one that has a glass.
Yeah,
Which also, did you
The
know you could
tube
cheat in Duck?
TVs.
Did you know you could cheat in Duck Hunt?
Oh yeah, it's oh my god, you
Point it
cut-
at a lamp.
Yeah.
You just point it at a lamp.
Yeah.
Because behind Duck Hunt,
yeah.
if you go into the actual code, that's just a screen with the actual picture. Behind it is a white square that's flying through the air. So the reflection from the gun is trying to hit that white square, and then it reflects back, and then it says, "Oh, you hit it." So what people could do is if you had a lamp and you took off and you just had the bulb, it would act as your light square, and you would just go blah 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 blah, and you see all the ducks die.
There you go.
Some old fashioned knowledge.
Question for you: do you have Kingdom Hearts 4 stuff on comic strips?
No,
Can I include that one in there?
I don't have anything honestly written down for comic strips.
I got 2 then. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Can we just do these 2?
Really quick, I also got souvenirs for you guys.
What?
Because whenever you guys go somewhere, you guys bring back something, and I always feel bad that when I go somewhere, I don't. So I got Nick a little Blastoise,
I love Blastoise.
and I got you a little Charizard.
Hell yeah!
These are lasered out of
These are
wood.
sick.
Yeah.
Dude, this
And
Charizard
I
looks
got
sick.
you a Lord of the Rings.
What a freaking
Yes.
nerd! What a nerd! He got Lord of the Rings.
They smell great.
Dude, these are cool.
Yeah.
They smell sick.
I love it. I
What
love
the
you.
heck?
love
Thank you,
Roses.
man.
Yeah, no
Appreciate
problem.
it.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
That's gonna go in my sling bag
I
now.
have my house.
I got all this Pokemon
Right?
stuff. This
All
is
this
sick.
Charizard swag.
It's gonna
Hell
probably go in
yeah.
my water bottle.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go. All right, are we? Oh, that's pretty dope. That one's dope. That's cool. All right, are we ready to jump into comic strips?
The little Arendelle.
Yeah.
You ready?
Comic strips.
Comic strip of yours.
Comic strips.
Comic strips, portion of the show where we talk about topics that don't merit a 10 to 15 minute conversation. We're going to keep it short because we do have a pretty lengthy main topic
Trying
for
to
you
keep
guys
it
today.
in time.
We're going to keep it in time. We're going to behave this time, especially in the last show. So, real quick. I'll actually start with this. Oh, no, I talked about Kingdom Hearts 4. Let's go ahead and start with that. So, Square Enix announces that they have officially canceled development for Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. This was about a week ago where they announced that the development for the game was completely shut down. They're moving all assets and individuals working on Kingdom Hearts Missing Link and moving them over to Kingdom Hearts 4 development.
Yeah.
A day later, they release out of nowhere, no significance to the date or time of which it was released, a full screenshot of Kingdom Hearts 4 gameplay, including a command menu that shows the area. What is it called? Quadmania or whatever? Quadrado?
I feel like that's all stuff that they'd already shown.
No, it's not, because
we
originally
only had just a big trailer.
we had a trailer
just
2
animation.
years ago on
Yeah.
Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah, that
all
was
of this
it.
was done in Unreal Engine
Because
5.
all the things that you were pointing
Oh
out.
no!
I
Wait.
could've swore
Yeah, we did get a game trailer because it's
was
him
in
swinging
4.
around
It's
the
him
pole.
swinging-
Yes,
it's
but
the
in Unreal
same-
4, not Unreal 5.
Okay.
This is Unreal 5.
But
Oh.
but a lot of the things that were on it were still on that old gameplay.
Yes, but the screenshot of him going on that chain or whatever,
Yeah.
it has a command menu that's actually customized now. So it looks like Quadrata, I think is what the world is called, where he's like stuck in. It's themed actually to the world. So it like looks like an actual gameplay. It still looks unpolished, but it's there.
Interesting.
So they pretty much just released the screenshot and said like, yes, we'll be announcing
Yeah.
more information when it's right.
Listen,
Yeah.
if it's as lame as Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't care.
Square Enix is going through something right now. They're going through a full rebranding.
Yes.
So that's why I think they're grabbing. They're just rearranging people,
Isn't it
putting
just-
people in different positions.
Isn't it just
Right now.
Square now? It's
No.
not Square
No,
Enix.
Square
it's
Enix.
Square Enix.
But
yeah,
The
they're-
announcement that Sean is talking about is they're no longer going to release new games until 27. So they're taking like a full year break. And pretty much any project that is set to release in 26, they'll go ahead and do, but they won't announce anything until they're 100% certain that it's going to be released on time. So most people think that the next project that's going to be released officially is Final Fantasy VII Part 3. And then we maybe get a Kingdom Hearts 4 release in 26.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right.
But
I mean,
my thing is, I don't think Kingdom Hearts 4 will ever come out.
it is.
It's not.
It is. And
MJ will
that's-
learn to walk before that game comes out.
I
Watch
you know
out! I'm saying that they definitely might.
In 26?
No.
Okay, put your time.
29.
29.
29 or
3 years
30.
from now.
No, man, I'm gonna call it right now. Kingdom Hearts 3 remastered. That'll come out.
Oh, before.
Oh, they already technically did that with they released the DLC that basically like expanded the ending because
Yeah.
it was lame.
Did they?
Yeah, so the ending pretty much throws them into a different world that explains what happens in the end of it, and then Sora ends up fighting Yuzora, who was like a video game character in Toy Story World.
I
Yeah.
watched it. I played the game one time. Did not like the ending, and then I never. Played
Well,
it
because
again.
there was nothing to do with it. It literally was just kind of like,
it was
hey,
also like the easiest Kingdom Hearts game I'd ever played.
yeah, it was. They fixed that now, so it's harder now on the proud mode.
Well, it's a good thing that I'm not playing it anymore. So.
I'm going through all. I haven't touched it in like months, but yeah, still, I don't know.
Mandy keeps getting stuck on certain levels.
For which one?
Kingdom Hearts 1 or
For
3?
no, for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Which
Really?
one?
Yeah, she gets stuck on right now. I think she was stuck on the Frozen part for a while.
That world sucked.
Yeah,
Is
she hated
it,
that
is
world.
It, is
Yeah.
it going down all the slides?
Yeah, no, it's
No,
trying
it's
to
going up
climb
the
up the
mountain.
mountain. Yeah,
That part
That part.
really
Yeah, 'cause-
sucked.
Because there was a lot of like platforming in that one, but I remember it was also if you didn't choose the right slide, it would take you all the way
Yeah.
back to the beginning, and then you had to then go back up, and then if you missed a specific jump to another slide, then you had to go all the way back.
Yeah.
And Pizza Planet was another one she had troubles with.
Oh, the Toy Story world.
Yeah, the Toy Story
Because it's
world.
3 freaking levels that you have to climb up, and then you have to backtrack over and over again.
I think that's what she got really frustrated is that most of the levels were just like you go up just to go back down,
Yeah.
go back up again.
Yeah, especially with Mount Olympus too, or when you right before. That's the first.
Oh,
world,
because it was
huh?
all linear.
Yeah.
Like that. So I was playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and 2's worlds are so small. I forgot how.
So was
I-
one's
Ones were super small. But again, as a kid playing this like 10 years ago, you didn't think about
It
it.
felt big.
20 years ago, 2 came out in 2005.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my big thing for
Unk.
one though is that they know how to. But the thing is that for one, the actual layout was good. Like even though it was a small world, it knew how to loop you.
Yeah,
So that way it felt almost infinite.
it did. Like the worlds felt bigger when they were smaller, and 2 had that problem or had that solution a lot better tuned
Yeah.
because you only had a couple rooms in each world and they were small rooms, but it made them feel big. Like now, if you play them, you can obviously tell they're small. But 20 years ago, you didn't feel that.
I mean, the world I always hated in one was Alice. Was Alice in Wonderland? I hated
Oh,
that one.
because
That wasn't so bad.
I just didn't like it. I just thought it was lame. I thought it was lame, and I thought there was a lot of backtracking, and I'm like, ugh.
what's it called? Not Atlantis, but the Little Mermaid world in one pissed me off.
Yeah, that's the one that
Ursula-
came
you
to
mean-
mind
you
right
mean
now.
Ursula?
No,
Yeah.
no, that's you fight her at the end.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's the last fight, the last world when you're fighting Ansem, and he turns into that ship. I think that one, that one, I hated that level.
Dude, I
'Cause,
hate
like
fighting Ursula.
having to fly and then being knocked away. I would be so disoriented. I'm like,
Oh.
where is it? Okay, where's the target? Is it on his chest, his back, or in the ship?
I actually beat the first one on proud mode. I'm
I-
not
Did
doing
you?
critical. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
I
but-
remember playing it the first time, and as I was getting through, I found in the Ursula fight that spot where you can't die, where you're too close to her that she.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
really?
right behind the head and behind
yeah,
the ear.
like
Yeah,
if there's a
Really?
certain spot that Ursula just can't hit you.
yeah, I cheesed that
So-
one.
Wow.
So if you just get it and you follow her
So did
correctly,
you really beat Kingdom Hearts then if you cheesed that?
No, because in
I'm
proud
kidding.
mode you had to. Yeah,
No, you kind of have to.
You had to cheese.
Yeah.
at a certain point, and then what was it? And it's perfect too because if you're low on health, Donald and Goofy will automatically res you. Well, they'll res after I think like a minute or two. Like they'll come back up.
Yeah.
So you just wait.
You
behind them,
you wait for them to come back,
and then as
you're
soon as
like,
they
"All
would
right,
bring
I'm in."
back, and I'll be like, oh, and then I would hear Sarah, and then I'm like, oh, thank God,
Don't
Donald's
give
back.
up.
So funny
Thank
thing,
God, Donald's back.
in 1.8.
Yeah.
So the final mix of Kingdom Hearts 1, they add a new Heartless. So in the world that never was, right before you fight Ansem in that small room with the green gooey floor,
Yeah.
where the door slowly starts to break apart.
Yeah.
In final mix, they add a Heartless that looks like a shadow, but it's a more humanoid looking one. So I remember that I was trying to get through that room on proud mode, and it took me a good like maybe 2 hours of gameplay to try to beat it, because what it does is it'll throw the Angel Heartless, which has a shield. It'll cover itself up so you can't hit it. And then it'll throw like air blast at you. So, you know, you basically couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then there'd be these Gargoyle Heartless with the swords that when it hit, it slammed the ground, it would turn into a flame and then circle you around. Dude, I almost cried. With how difficult that was.
I cried with
One pissed me off.
Sephiroth on Proud.
In the first one?
Yes.
Yeah, because that was dumb.
That-
it was dumb.
And then I cried again when I beat him.
It's over. I don't have to do this anymore.
I can catch up on homework now. Dude, no, I would literally, that would be the first and only thing that I would do when I'd get home from high school is try and beat him. And it took me about almost a week, maybe a little bit longer. And I beat him.
I think
And it
that
felt so good.
I miss JRPGs that made you cry.
I
difficult they
remember
were.
doing that with when you go to Hercules' world and then Cloud's there.
Yeah.
And then because I remember just going like, oh, dude, I'm wrecking the hell out of these guys. We're good.
And then Cloud
And then
humbles
Cloud
you.
shows up, and I'm like, why is Cloud here? Who called him?
Wrong game.
Yeah, you're the wrong game, sir.
You're like that chimp that's trying to open the door. It's like, let me out! Let me out!
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I think I can beat him, and he hit me, and he took half my health, and I was like, I
Yeah.
can't beat him.
No.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I think in the game I started running away, and then I hit a wall, and I was just like,
Oh, so did you guys ever beat or play Kingdom Hearts, forget to save, lost, and then realize you lost almost like 2 hours of gameplay?
Yes.
Dude.
I've overwritten a save file. And I've lost a lot of hours.
I've
Don't you
gotten-
actually get
Lot of
really
hours.
depressed?
Oh, it's like gut wrenching feeling. I would, for me personally, compare it to if you gave me the news that like, hey, dude, your significant other of like 6 years cheated on you
Oh,
with your
dude.
friend. I would equate it to that kind of like feeling.
Dude,
Okay,
I remember,
like no,
dude, save files have almost gotten me into fistfights.
losing a memory card, bro. My brother, I'm gonna kick your ass. He lost my PlayStation 2 memory card. Everything.
What was on it?
So my
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts, my Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, my Mortal Kombat Armageddon,
Ah.
like
Nothing
and it was all
For
done.
the
My
younger-
Jack
for
and
younger
Dexter
listeners,
1,
memory
2,
cards are
3.
like hard drives.
Yeah.
Portable
Put it
hard
in.
drive.
You put it in the system.
Yeah.
My Mobile Suit Gundam. One of my favorite RPGs, Dark Cloud 2. I feel like that one's really slept on, but it's a great game.
I laugh because I remember deleting a save file for a game, and then the moment you realize either it got corrupted or it's lost, you just stare at the screen and go like,
nope.
What do I do?
This isn't real. This isn't real. No.
There's several stages of denial, right? You just look at the screen and you go through a couple things. The first thought in your head, at least for me, was just like, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Right? Sorry, I cussed. You
No,
gotta
that's
mark it down.
fine.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
You're within your right, Bryan.
It was like, I'm an idiot. Great. All right. I messed this up. Second stage. I could just kill myself right now. I could just end it right now because it's just not worth it. Then the third stage. I can get this back. You know what? I got to this point before. I can totally do it. Fourth stage. Never doing this again. Yeah. Never playing this game. You don't touch it.
I remember when I was playing one time, I had gone through almost an entire world, like just playing on a Saturday, and my brother wanted to use the TV, and I'm like, dude, I'm playing. Like I'm in the middle. I'm almost done. I'm just about to hit that boss. I have not saved. Because you have to manually save in that game.
No, you need to find checkpoints too, right?
And I was like, oh, okay, we're good. And then sure enough, he walks over and he was pissed. And he just goes, it's my turn. I want to play. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. I got on here first. Suck it. And he just went, all right. And he hit the restart button on the PlayStation.
Nice.
And I went, what did you do? And he's like, oh, suck it. And he walked out. And I was like, oh. I'm like,
That was Nick's first hate crime.
I was like, no. No. And wait. No. Dude, it was the job. It was honestly, I felt like perfectly. Because as soon as I logged it in, I was like, oh, no. I hit a checkpoint, didn't I? I had to hit a checkpoint. And then sure enough, it took me back like 3 hours. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, I'm going to smother him into sleep.
But now we have cloud saving.
Yeah, now you have cloud saving.
Yay.
It still can get corrupted, though.
Yeah.
It can still get corrupted.
I've never wanted to kill someone more.
Yeah.
You've never wanted to commit a bigger hate crime than you did that day.
Oh, dude, I would have.
Why do you have to label it like that?
Because it's
just
funny.
a sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, it's a hate crime.
Well, I mean, when I duct taped into his bed, yeah, it was probably.
Ow. Was he shirtless?
Huh?
Did you get skin?
Yeah.
Ouch.
He's a heavy sleeper.
Was he out at that point or no?
Huh?
Was he out at that point? Or
No,
was it...
he was like 12.
Oh, so he didn't know. That's not a hate
He
crime.
knew.
Oh, he knew?
He knew.
He knew.
He knew.
So he's still like he knew, but he just wasn't.
He didn't tell. You want me to bring him on?
No.
Here, give me my phone.
At 12,
We'll call him.
At 12, did you tell anyone? No. Okay, then not a hate crime.
You're being interviewed. When did you know? Was it in sync? Was it that?
What does it say?
So this next question is from Bryan. So I just want to paraphrase that Bryan's asking this question.
Brian wants to know because he's been having mixed feelings.
In what age did
he doesn't
you
know how to express it.
Yeah. In what age did you know? What do you mean? That's what he asked.
Yeah.
What did you know?
No, what? When did you know?
The thing.
That's what I did. I got duct tape. I got full on duct tape, and I duct taped him to his bed.
Monster.
All right, let's move on to the next topic. Can you look up the new release date for this? Marvel announces that they have delayed the release of Avengers Doomsday to
Christmas time,
2026.
2027.
Meaning, Spider-Man Brand New Day will release first.
Yeah.
So I thought that was always the plan.
Maybe they had to change it up now.
But what?
Well, it was both. It was Doomsday
into Spider-Man,
and then Spider-Man.
No, it was because there was two Marvel.
There's two. Yes,
two
Marvel
Avengers.
Studios has delayed the release of Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars.
There it is.
Doomsday, originally slated for May 1st, 2026, is so far set for December 18th, 2026, while Secret Wars, previously scheduled for May 7, 2027, will premiere on December 17th, 2027.
So they moved
Christmas
This
movies.
shift means
Christmas
both
movies.
Avengers films will be released during the holiday season.
What
They
about
probably
Spider-Man?
think they'll get a wider.
They haven't said anything about Spider-Man.
Yeah, here are
No,
more details.
but when does Spider-Man Brand New Day come out?
When is it slated
Yeah.
to come out? Because I don't think they've.
That's
done
a different
anything, right?
question I need to ask now.
But besides that, I mean, it makes sense. They already started filming
Mm-hmm.
for it, but I can see gears are turning, especially with how well Thunderbolts did.
Yeah.
And how well they're expecting Fantastic Four to go, where now gears are starting to turn of going, okay, we have momentum.
July
So let's-
31st, 2026.
Cool.
So I can see the gears starting to turn of going, we have momentum. Let's try X, Y, and Z. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's add this into the movie. Let's do these other things. And the Russo's just going, if you want to add all that, we're going to need more time.
Yeah.
They're gonna give him more time. What are they
have
gonna
to,
say? No.
yeah.
And
Well, I
The
mean,
Russos
yeah.
are basically Feige's like pets at this point.
Not pets, but definitely go-tos
Yeah.
of like, if that's what you say, if you say you need this, then I'll give it to you. And especially
I'd
with
like $100 million more dollars.
well, not only that, but also with the way that Bob Iger is kind of going forward, he even said we're focusing on quantity. And I mean, we're focusing on quality, not quantity. Like, if we have to push this stuff back, then we're going to push it back.
Which is understandable.
I'm okay with Bob Iger for wanting that. That's Iger that wanted that, right?
Yeah.
Iger's return was funny to me. Everyone praised him. Then he started making cuts, and everyone hated him.
June 4th, 2027 is when the new Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out.
That's what it's slated to come
That's
out.
what it's slated, yes.
With Haley Steinfeld returning as Gwen.
Yes. Which I think they were saying that it, what was it? Like, now it's going to be connected in a way?
They're all going to be connected some sort of way. Someone made a web of their timelines. Now that all makes sense. But I don't know. I love how I go back to this, how they titled it Brand New Day, and everyone all of a sudden was just like, dude, it's such a good arc. It's such my favorite arc. I'm like, no, it's not.
It's not.
The title's good.
Yeah.
Just the arc. You never read it.
Yeah. It's one of the worst stories in Spider-Man
You guys
lore.
are-
Boo.
What? You guys don't like Mephisto reversing time and then him taking the soul of...
Dude, that's epic. That's so peak.
Dude, that's so
It's like
sick.
peak Spider-Man
comic.
stories.
It's called I Messed Up by killing Aunt May. let me take this back.
Let me retcon.
Let me retcon. Let me
I
retcon the
Can I get a
retcon.
do-over?
I swear
feel
to
like-
God.
I
Look,
feel like I
guys,
can have
we're
one
not even
do-over
trying
every
to
game.
hide it, but we're gonna fix it for you, okay? Shut up and eat it.
I swear to God, if Brand New Day, the entire thing is I can turn back time
If
to
I
like do
could
to like, or magic is the solution to all of my problems.
Well, actually, Mephisto is teased in Ironheart.
That is the dumbest thing in the world because that means that Spider-Man
Yeah.
has
What?
not learned his lesson.
wait.
From No Way Home, Spider-Man did not learn the lesson of magic is not the answer because magic is what got him here.
Exactly. Magic is what caused people to forget who he was.
Yes, whereas all you had to do was use your mouth and go talk to people. Like that's all you needed to do instead of I'm going to use magic to make everybody forget and do all these other things. No. So if he goes like, what if like magic could bring back Aunt May?
But it's
and,
not
like,
magic.
and
It's God
not-
powers.
Yeah, and it's God powers, but it's like, dude, no. That's like the fourth season of The Flash, and then all of a sudden he goes like, and then he's like, oh yeah, I know I was over my mom's death, but now I'm gonna go really stop Reverse Flash from killing my mom. Why? My dad died.
This is my coping.
This is my coping mechanism.
Did
I
you
have
learn
to at
nothing
least-
from the first time?
I have to at least have one parent. I'm choosing my mom. I spent plenty of
that's
time
a
with
funny,
my dad.
That would be a funny skit with if we had a good budget of just like anytime something happens to Barry Allen, he goes, ah, and just goes back in time. but then we're stuck here, and we just see things just randomly just changing because he's changing something in the past. Like, we're Nazis this time.
Barry, stop.
Something super small, like all of a
Please
sudden
stop.
Nick becomes an alcoholic.
Yeah.
You're like, why are you drunk right now? What happened?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, it just happened.
That's
No,
probably
really.
the skit we'll probably do.
Yeah, but
Just
that's-
someone goes back in time and it's changing something now.
Didn't we
Nick
do
becomes a woman. What?
No, we went to multiverses.
That's right.
Yeah.
Different things. But yeah, I just think that it'd be really dumb. Then it sounds like the character didn't learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Whatever. Well, that's the end of comic strips.
You
have one?
Yeah. Wasn't there brand new footage? What's it called? Snapple revealed the actual image
Design,
of
yeah.
image and design of Galactus.
Snapple?
Snapple for a Snapple promotion.
What?
He's in a
Okay.
Snapple.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Fortnite, or not Fortnite, but I thought it was. I didn't know it
No,
was Snapple.
for
Snapple
Fantastic
released
Four.
it. Yeah,
By
Snapple.
accident or for reals?
They posted it up and they were just like, what was it? Fantastic Four flavor of Snapple, and then they showed it, and it's a full picture of Galactus. And it even shows like the voice. You saw it?
No, I'm looking, but I'm laughing. I'm laughing.
But
right
it's
now,
and
just
it's like the
hearing this.
full, and it's how Galactus looks. It's in the armor.
When this stuff happens, do you think there's someone in a corporate office that just slams a door open and is like, "Who did it? Who messed this up?"
You know what? It's one of those things of the hand isn't talking to the brain.
Yeah.
Well, because remember, Fantastic Four also got delayed.
What?
Didn't Fantastic Four also get delayed?
No,
a
it's
little
still
bit?
releasing in July.
Or has it always been releasing in July?
It's always been releasing in
then it
July.
just
Because the
arrived on-
slate is supposed to be Superman, Jurassic Park, and Fantastic Four.
It's
all
just
in
a
July.
it's just a
Yep.
mess up because it's the same thing that also happened when Brave New World was supposed to release like last year in like
Yeah, but that's
August.
different. That was like they didn't know what they were doing there.
No, but remember the McDonald's came out with like all these like
yeah.
Brave New World toys when the movie hadn't come out yet, and it was like
Oh yeah.
you see Red Hulk and you're seeing like all these characters, and you're like, all right, well that's like 90% of the movie.
McDonald's
All right.
had a contract with Disney, and they said, "Hey, on this date,
Did you find it?
yeah, of Galactus,
Yeah.
we're gonna post," and that's what they did.
I've seen the photo. It's
I like it.
I like it.
cool. Yeah.
I like it. I like that they actually got the voice
I thought it was
actor.
fake for the first.
Nah,
like, the
dude,
first
that's
time it came out.
Snapple. Snapple released it,
Good
dude.
job, Snapple.
Dude, Snapple's releasing stuff.
But I mean, like, is it that big of a reveal?
No, I mean,
He looks good.
We knew
good.
he was what he was going to be in the movie, but
Yeah.
we just didn't know
How he would look
How
like.
would he look like?
He
But
looks
it's cool
good.
to see it.
Yeah, it's no problem.
I mean, it looks like classic, Marvel Studios fashion.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they gave him the head.
It's
the helmet.
textured.
Yeah. Oh, they give him the head and the ears.
I'm glad they gave him the helmet. I'm glad they did everything else. I'm glad that they got the.
head.
I'm glad that they got the
It's like square.
voice actor. I'm
Like a
glad that they got the
pencil.
voice actor, and he's mocapping it
Ah.
because it's the actual actor who is voicing Galactus. He's the one that's in the suit.
Now all they need to do is release Galactica, the daughter of Galactus.
Jesus, you need to calm down.
I
No,
know
no,
the way
I
you said
agree.
Galactic.
Thank you.
I agree.
No, son, that song. I need Galactus.
You interpreted it.
Capture that checkpoint.
Oh, checkpoints.
Is that what you dream of? It's like, yes, I'll capture that checkpoint.
Right on. Oh.
You're almost there.
Better luck next time.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
And that's the vinegar stroke.
Yeah.
That's your vinegar stroke.
And
Thought it
that's
was a
what we
vinegar
call
face.
vinegar
Alrighty.
That was vinegar face.
It's vinegar stroke.
Moving on to the
so-
main topic. I finally went to a movie with you guys and
I
finally
know.
saw
You
it.
went to
I
a
honestly
movie?
had
Dude,
no
I
faith
pulled
you're
a
gonna show up
Mission
at this
Impossible,
movie.
man.
Yeah.
So I
I
don't know if
honestly
you kept
didn't
up with
believe.
it.
I told Nick, I'm like, he's not gonna show up.
All right, so let me break the story down for you, Sean. So I told Renee and Nick, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to show up to the movie late because I was trying to put MJ down to sleep before I left, right?
Yeah.
So-
he was doing it like the Hulk way. You know, when Tony
Go
started.
to sleep.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Just shaking the baby. Just, go to sleep.
Go to sleep, baby.
No, God, no.
I love you.
So
Go to sleep. I love you.
9:30 rolls around. I tell myself, I'm like, I have to leave by 9:45 to get to the theater. 9:30 comes around. Andy's like, hey, I'm going to hop in the shower. If you put MJ to sleep, by the time I get out, you should be able to leave. I'm like, great, dope. All right, Andy comes out closer to like 9:55. MJ's not asleep. So I think at that point, I still hadn't texted you guys, right? And so around like 10 o'clock, Renee's like, oh, trailers haven't even started yet. I'm like, okay, I got time.
Oh, yeah. The movie was a little late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 10, 12 comes around. Renee's like, oh, trailers have started. At this point, I'm leaving the house. I'm like, okay, I finally, like, Andy's taking care of this. Like, it's not a problem. I can go. So I message Renee. I'm just like, I'm going to pull an Ethan Hunt right now. I'm going to try to make it to the theater. I did it legally. I got to the theater. By the time Renee texts me, he's just like, oh, Nicole Kidman's on screen right now. I'm like, okay, I have like about 5 minutes to find parking, get all this stuff out. I get to the theater. Renee texts me, movie started. I'm not even kidding you. I run into the theater, dude. As soon as they check my ticket, I'm like running to the IMAX theater. Get there. I only missed the highlights of like everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys add your picture onto A-List?
Yeah. I did.
You know
I didn't know you can do that.
It's
so
a new feature now.
It's a new feature in the app where you can
You
take a
don't need your
photo of
ID
yourself and then you don't need your ID anymore.
You just show him.
And then they look at it, and then they let you through.
Dang. Okay.
Which also, it lets you change it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, this is a mistake.
John.
Yeah.
If I can abuse this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now
No,
we pay,
we're
now
good
we-
people. We don't
yeah.
abuse it.
Well, now
No.
we pay $27, but we
It's
get an extra
27, yeah.
movie. We get an extra movie on top of that.
Yeah. Now it's 4 movies.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, they don't check ID now. Now it shows the image, it shows your picture, and then they
Better reserve 4 movies. Dude, I'm paying $27 for that.
Let's see.
Give me free popcorn once a
It was
month at this
$2
point.
extra.
Oh, I'm gonna get popcorn next month because it's gonna be my birthday.
Heck yeah! High
Birthday.
five, dude.
Nice.
Popcorn free drink.
So, we went to go see Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. I miss cinema. I'm just going to leave it at that, dude. The movie was
Basically,
fantastic.
That was
Brian's on the same high as he watched Top Gun Maverick.
Oh my
Ooh.
god, dude. Yeah, dude.
Look at him.
Oh, dude. I went home and I told Andy, she's like, how's the movie? I'm like, it's so effing great, dude.
Yeah.
It's so effing great. I was
That
like,
was
dude,
fun.
oh my god. And I was like, I don't think I've ever like audibly gasped so many times in a movie, dude.
It was good.
It was so good. It was so good. Like
The
the movie's
adrenaline
not
was
like,
always on a high.
yeah,
It
dude.
kept you on your toes.
I
every
don't care
single
what
time.
anyone says. This movie
Yeah.
might not have been a work of art when it comes to storytelling. This movie did a freaking fantastic job, dude, at trying to keep you on a high.
Nice.
It was
You know
like,
what? I'm disappointed that the Oscars will not have stunt performing until next year.
Yeah.
Aw.
Because
know
this
what?
would have been a perfect one
for the
to,
airplane scene.
for the
Yeah.
airplane scene alone. Because I want to see a documentary on just how they did the airplane scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he did that.
All
He got
of
on.
that.
He got on a.
Yeah.
He got on a.
All
on
of
a
it. And
one
the
of those
airplane's not
airplanes
doing
was
this.
his.
The
Yeah.
airplane's
one
not
of
like
the air-
this. It's like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. At a certain point, he's basically just doing barrel rolls, and Tom
And
Cruise.
he's hanging on.
Yeah, and he's hanging on.
He's straight up just hanging on to the plane. He's not seating inside. He's on the wing. And he's
Yeah.
hanging on.
And then there's a moment where he goes G.
Scientology works, man.
Dude,
this is
there-
what it allows you to do.
Dude, he goes 0 gravity in like a couple of the scenes, and you see him floating in between the wings, and then he grabs onto a cable and pulls himself
I'm not
in.
gonna lie, I almost joined Scientology after watching this. I was just like, dude, it's so good.
Dude, his leg muscles must be insane.
Can I tell you what
Because
this movie?
he's holding on like just going full speed straight up.
But the thing is,
Just
he
straight up,
has
and he's-
straps. He's strapped.
Oh, yeah, he's strapped.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
all
Yeah.
CGI removed.
No,
right?
yeah, absolutely. No, Tom Cruise
But
is like,
he's-
oh,
he's
no
strapped.
shit.
I wouldn't doubt it,
Okay.
dude. This man's
He's
crazy.
He's strapped, but the tethers have give.
Yes.
So it gives him ways that he can still move around.
So one wrong move and his head hits the wire and he's
That's
dead.
That was also one of the funniest deaths of a
Let's
villain.
let's
I
get to
loved
that
it.
point. It was so great.
God.
But here is the
That was
premise
so
of the
good.
movie. You ready? I can
Yeah.
explain it to you with one action.
Go.
Oh yeah,
Mexican
Every-
No,
standoff.
everyone.
It's
You guys
just-
all got to.
It's just.
It's like this.
just
It's this. It's
It's
this. It's the entire time. I'm not even joking.
Dude,
So,
the U.S. does that. The U.S. does it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because
also a bunch of pussies because they
Yeah.
never named the city.
No.
They never named
so
the
the-
city.
So in the,
I'm like, why are you not
So
naming?
basically, what they're saying is they're going that the entity is hacking into every major country's nuclear arsenals, and they're not. It's not going to launch them until it has all of the nuclear arsenals.
So did you watch the last Mission Impossible
No.
movie? Okay.
So basically,
goes up against God.
He goes up against an AI.
Yeah.
It's a rogue AI that knows everything, and it's able to calculate every move that Ethan could possibly do. So it starts infecting all of the world's like communications and doing everything else. And by that point, it's now infecting the nuclear arsenals of all the major countries. So in like the beginning of the movie, there's only 3 countries that have not lost their nuclear arsenals. It's Russia, Europe, United Kingdom, and the United States. Those are the only 3, and they only have 3 days to stop the entity before it has control over all of them.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the movie, the United States is the last one to hold out, and they were like, "Listen, the only way to stop this is if we bomb every major city in the world."
No, every power,
Every
every
pow-
nuclear
yeah.
power. So,
So
8
Berlin,
nuclear powers.
Beijing, London, we have to nuke every single one. And then they say, there's going to be political blowback. So we should nuke one of our own cities to say, we did this for the greater good. And
Yeah.
we also lost.
Yeah.
And they never, at no point do they ever go, we're going to nuke New York. But they did show New York blowing up.
They did,
They
but I don't
showed-
think it's New York. I can tell you what city it was.
It was Los
California.
Los Angeles.
Angeles. I think it was Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Would it be Los Angeles? Because
Yes,
it's a
because
major
they
import.
it's so interesting. So the beauty
We have a
about
power
this movie,
plant here.
it's not
Dude,
okay.
that would be
We have
so much worse.
we have a nuclear power
It would
plant.
be
Of course,
so much worse here.
So
And
what's so brilliant?
heavily
Also, we're a blue
populated.
state, so they gotta get rid of it, right? So anyway, so the brilliant thing about this is that the movie. So the last, what was it called? Not Final Reckoning, or was
Dead
it Final
Reckoning.
Reckoning? Dead Reckoning. Dead Reckoning is like a prologue to this movie. It's slower. The action sequences aren't as good. The big stunt wasn't that good. It's like a pretty movie.
It's almost as if they were saving the budget for this.
One.
Like if you would have told me that both these movies were filmed back to back, and this movie got way more of the budget, I would have been like, well, that makes sense.
So
The fact that they're like years apart from each other is also a little hard because it's a month after.
yeah.
And everybody is aged noticeably.
Ethan's
at
grown his
least
hair
3 years.
full hair length as
Yeah.
well too.
Yeah, like it's been a month since the end of the last movie, because they even go, it's been a month since you escaped Austria, and then
let's remind the audience.
yeah, but like Luther is like noticeably older, Ethan is noticeably older, and he has like
got more
longer hair,
wrinkles.
he has more wrinkles, and you're just kind of going like, all right,
Yeah.
Haley Atwell still looks great.
hey, well,
Okay,
say that way.
I this is where I get mad at Dead Reckoning, that killing off Rebecca Ferguson's character after building her up as like the one for Ethan
Yeah.
in the last 3 movies.
to
that
then
she
give
was
him
in.
just Haley Atwell.
Yeah, and then just to being like, oh, she dies, and then Ethan's like, oh, well, I have Haley Atwell, you know, and he's
Not
all,
a big loss.
Yeah, there's no time to come out winning. It's like no time to grieve for him.
All right.
And not only that, but also after it's a month later after like the love of his life dies.
Oh,
and
dude,
immediate-
he's
That's-
all in.
and
That's
he's,
dumb.
Dude, he's already going.
No.
I'm in.
It
I'm
works.
in.
It
No,
works.
here's
But
the
let me
thing,
tell
though.
you.
Everything happens so quickly.
There it is.
At a
Yeah.
certain point, you kind of don't have time to think.
No.
Yeah.
Of
because-
going like, well, Haley Atwell's
and I
blah,
keep
blah, blah.
and I keep forgetting that Haley Atwell's character is not an agent.
No.
She is now.
She is now, but I forgot she's not used to
She's
this
a pickpocket.
lifestyle.
No. So going back to what Nick was saying is that everything is fast paced. Not once did this movie put the brakes. It legitimately is just like
I felt like
here's
the
a s-
beginning had like like the motor was turned.
So there was a reason
Like
for
it was
and I had
warming
to
up.
think. I had to think about it. The beginning, the first act, or at least the first part of the first act, was used as a way to kind of explain everything to people
Oh,
who
yeah.
didn't watch Dead Reckoning before coming into this movie, because a lot of it was kind of like rewind and
Cliff notes.
cliff notes and scenes that were out of place.
Well, it was also them telling you what's happened in the other ones, because other Mission Impossible movies were very important to this one. Like,
which is brilliant.
yeah, like Briggs, like the you know the guy from Fast and the Furious. He always hates O'Connor. He's the other FBI agent that Paul Walker punches in the face and he like breaks his nose.
In Too Fast, Too Furious.
In Too Fast, No, it's not in Too Fast, Too Furious. It's Fast
Fast
and
and
the
Furious. That's the fourth one.
Yeah, in the fourth one. Anyway,
Not getting in the face.
he
sorry.
was in Dead Reckoning,
Yeah.
and he was just chasing Ethan the whole movie.
Yeah, we don't know why the significance of why he wants to go after Ethan, because he has a bit automatic. What was I saying?
Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Animosity.
Animosity. Thank
Yeah.
you. He had some animosity against Ethan, but we
Yes.
never figure out why.
So you end up finding out that Voight's character from the first one, the bad guy from the first one, is his dad.
But the way it's revealed is so subtle that it kind of like makes you go like, oh, because it's just revealed in like he says one line and then it shows flashbacks and people are like, whoa.
Yeah, some people did. I was reading a couple of a couple of reviewers, and they were just like, that felt a little forced. In which I can see where that is a little bit forced.
Sure, fine.
But
It's-
because it's
sure.
just like, oh, because they gave this character a name, and then they were just like, you changed your name so that way you wouldn't have your father's name.
Yeah, because I don't want my father's legacy.
Yeah, because I didn't want my father's legacy. That's why I changed my name. And I was like, all right, whatever. Also, they brought back 3. So the J.J. Abrams one, because
yeah.
they had the rabbit's foot. I remember. Do you remember that one? Was Philip Seymour Hoffman? So the entire movie, they're trying to get this thing called the rabbit's foot. That's the whole goal. But J.J. Abrams did the mystery box thing, where it's
I have all the Mission Impossible movies.
yeah. So
watch
in
'em.
I would like to rewatch them.
so in that one,
I actually asked Christy this week if she wanted to watch Mission Impossible, and she's like,
They're
"Those
all-
movies aren't for me." I'm
they're
like,
all on Paramount.
Well,
Plus.
I have them all on Blu-ray. I have a whole collection.
They're all on Paramount Plus. I burned through 2 of them. Anyway,
That's what I'm gonna do my Memorial Day. I'm gonna remember my Mission Impossible on Memorial Day.
If you choose to accept this mission.
so the thing is that
Sloppy
for-
this toppy. I accept. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds in your mouth.
That's a skip.
I accept the
Anyway,
mission.
anyway, so in the third when Philip Seymour Hoffman's after this thing called the Rabbit's Foot, because J.J. Abrams is all like, oh, the mystery box. He never explained what the Rabbit Foot did,
Or,
and
the
it,
significance.
or like what it is, why Philip Seymour Hoffman's after it. Never explains it. It's never a well explained like threat. This movie, yeah, it's just a thing that Philip Seymour Hoffman wants.
Yeah.
And like you just know that it's dangerous. Philip Seymour. So in this one, they explain that what was in the Rabbit's Foot was the original source code for the entity,
No, not the
or
source code.
not the source. It's basically like the
It was the
beginning.
key to it was the key that allowed the entity to be freed.
Yes.
It's something like that
Yeah.
because the source code for the entity was in a Russian submarine, and that original.
But they said
source
that they
code,
built. They said they built it off the Rabbit's Foot.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying it's like the original. It's where the
Patient
entities
Zero.
started.
It's patient 0.
So basically, by developing the Rabbit's Foot, they got to the source code for the entity.
And
So
the
without
sub-
the Rabbit's Foot,
And
they
the
wouldn't have it.
submarine crashed or sank in the 90s?
No.
How long
2012.
ago? Was it
2012.
Okay.
Yeah, because they go back to
Because
the
something
fact.
significant happened
'Cause he
during
said
that
it-
event that
Yes.
Ethan was doing
Yes.
that
Yes.
made this
So
yeah.
the one thing I want to bring about this movie is that Mission Impossible 1 and 2 understand that this whole movie, like the franchise that it's trying to build, is on the fact that Ethan Hunt is doing a mission that's
But
impossible.
1 to 2 are completely different movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
but
because
hang
1
on.
is a John Woo movie.
Yes, but let me explain this because I had to think about this last night. 3 is so out of place; it almost kind of makes fun of itself. Then I forget the order: Rogue Nation, Fallout, then Ghost Protocol, right?
No.
Or
No,
Ghost, Fallout,
Ghost, Protocol, Rogue Nation,
and then
then
Fallout.
Fallout. Yeah.
So, Rogue, Ghost, and Fallout are serious movies. Like they're memeable, but you're getting more excited over the fact that it's a cool, good story.
I would
that
say
it takes itself seriously.
I say that I would say Ghost Nation is when they start getting a little more Bond.
yes.
Yeah.
Where it, because that's also like around the same time the Craig era of Bond starts, where it's a lot more brutal, it's a lot more like real, a lot less gadgets. And
Yeah.
they went like, what about if we just turned Ethan Hunt into James Bond?
Yes.
Like, what if we just did that?
What if
Where
it was
he-
a cool like spy espionage movie?
Yeah, let's just
Then-
do that.
Then you get into Dead Reckoning, and Dead Reckoning kind of understands that this is a meme because Ethan Hunt has fought almost every bad guy known to man, like stages of evil, right? So who else can Ethan Hunt fight? He fights a computer, AI. It's almost a joke, but the joke doesn't land. In Final Reckoning, the movie understands that it's a joke because the man is fighting a computer. Like he is fighting God, a digital God. At some point, I thought that this was a Scientology message and I was getting like assimilated
Like a
into the
little
religion.
subtle little
Yeah, I was just
plant.
like, okay, I get you.
It's a psyop. Mission Impossible is a psyop,
but-
dude.
and here's and
We thought about it. We thought about it.
We thought the funny thing is I was paying attention to Renee's responses throughout the movie. So the mission that he has to do, okay, and I'm gonna explain it to you as best as possible. Basically, he has to go to the sunken submarine, which is what 500 feet underwater,
Yeah.
Something.
like that. And he has
It's
to go.
deep.
It's deep,
In
right?
in negative temperature.
In Arctic waters.
Yeah.
You die. Okay. So so he explains this mission this way. Basically,
He also did that too. He really did dive.
Yeah.
I know. I
Yes.
don't get it. I don't get this man.
crazy.
Anyways, so he says, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to split my team in two. Team A goes to Alaska or some island that recorded the explosion of the submarine. They're going to find the coordinates and then send that coordinate to me while I am in a submarine that is undercover in the Russian area of like the ocean, basically.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell this submarine to basically throw its radio up for every 2 hours for 15 minutes so that I can get the code. They can only do this a certain amount of times. They get the code in the last possible moment. Then
course.
Ethan Hunt has to put on a prototype deep diving suit that basically uses oxygen and an unknown gas to allow the body to adjust to
One of
pressure.
the
What you
funniest-
mean unknown gas?
Oh,
we
no.
don't
It's-
know.
What
it's
you mean, unknown
it's
gas?
so funny because they're like, oh, it's oxygen mixed with this gas, and it helps you not get the bends. And then he was like, well, what's the gas? And he goes, classified.
Classified, yeah.
That was it.
So we
that
don't
was
know.
their explanation.
We don't
and
know.
immediately you were just like, all right, I got
okay,
it. Yeah,
fine. Yeah,
all
I'll
right,
accept
sure.
it. Fine. Okay. So the prototype suit is supposed to have him submerge underwater at high pressures and not have his body be completely, destroyed.
Yeah.
They explain to him, if when you go down there, if at any moment you take the suit off, your lungs will explode, your body will start to crumble, your muscles will spasm out. You basically will be in so much pain and die slowly.
You remember the Titanic team? You'll basically do that.
You will basically do that. So as he's about to approach the drop-off zone, right? They tell him, okay, so because there's a submarine following us,
The Russian
we can't,
sub.
yeah, the Russian sub, because the mission was
can't-
like,
yeah.
it got like messed up.
Because the Russians are looking. Basically, everybody is looking for this sub.
Yes.
So the Russians know that this sub is looking for the coordinates.
Which, by the way, I'm not going to spoil to you the coordinates and how they figured it out. It's so stupid simple. I loved it. I freaking loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's
it was,
just
one of
like,
the, it was one of the dumbest things in the world, and I was like, oh, that's actually quite genius.
Yeah. That's pretty smart.
I was just like, this is so simple, but freaking brilliant, dude. I get
Look
it.
here.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's literally one of those things of just like, oh, and you're there.
And
All
that's
right,
it.
we're good.
All right, I guess it wasn't a lie, and it's explained to you in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they tell him it's like,
I'm
okay,
telling you, this
need to
movie
breathe,
just
I need to
goes.
breathe.
Dude,
yeah,
this
you
movie
can't.
just goes.
So then they tell him it's like, well, because the Russian sub's coming, we can't bring you back up, so you won't be able to be in the decompressurized chamber. He's like, that was never the mission. He's like, what the hell? What's your mission then? Don't worry about it. This goes underwater.
Yeah, he tells him your decompression chamber wasn't on my plan of the mission.
It was never part of the mission.
It wasn't part of the mission.
Yeah.
So
And they show that they have a decompression, like a portable prototype decompression chamber.
Okay.
which is
Like-
inflatable.
Yeah, which is an inflatable decompression chamber.
So-
Hey,
That's
listen,
cool.
At a certain point, you just go, I'm in.
Do we
Yeah.
tell him the rest of it, or do we let him experience this?
No, you just watch it because it was fun watching.
It was.
it was a
I will
fun
tell you
watch.
this: from the moment he gets the submarine to the moment that he gets
That's
the
2
source
hours
code,
in.
that
You
is
know
2
that,
hours
right?
in.
Yeah, because he turned to me and it was before he got to the submarine, right?
It was right when we were getting to the sub,
Yeah.
and then as we were kind of watching it, because mind you, we've been sitting there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
And-
long is it? 2 hours and like
2
40?
hours and-
almost 3 hours.
It's almost 3. It's like 2. It's like
But
you
it's the
feel it.
best 3 hours
That's
of your
odd.
life.
No, it's fun.
It's like 2:53.
They're doing it again. They're making movies longer again.
yeah. No,
Well-
but this has a purpose. This
So-
is like a high.
So anyway,
but you're never done.
by 2 hour at the 2 hour mark, that's when you start getting to the submarine.
Uh huh.
As we were getting to the submarine, I was like, we've been sitting here a while. Let me check. Like, I want to know how long we've been here. And I looked at my watch. I'm like, this is barely 2 hours. And I go, Renee, we haven't even gotten to the plane scene.
I know. Yeah, that's the
Like-
scene that they're advertising.
Like the scene that they're advertising on all the posters is this freaking plane scene. Haven't even touched it yet.
No,
We haven't
we're
even
going
mentioned the
underwater.
plane.
We're going nowhere in the
Yeah,
air.
we haven't gone to the
Yeah.
air. We're going deeper underwater.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm in.
The entire submarine scene. I just hear Renee go, oh my gosh.
He's moving around
Because he's
And
doing
the-
all
yeah.
sorts of crap. And he gets to the point where, like, dude, this guy's dead. He's dead.
Yeah.
No, he still makes it. And you're
Because
just
if
like,
I did all that, I'm dead.
You know what's so funny though?
Yeah.
In my head, I was thinking about it too, and I was like,
can
"Oh,
do
wait a
this.
minute, this is a scene from a James Bond movie.
Oh God, is it?
This is literally a scene."
oh, it's the one where he's in the spear underwater, right?
No, it's from Tomorrow Never Dies.
Oh, never mind.
When he's inside of the sub.
Oh, yeah.
When he has to like go into the sub and then he has to get out
yeah.
from the missile.
Oh yeah, and in the movie too, he's like dodging nuclear warheads or these
missiles,
Yeah, missiles are
He's-
like
they're-
falling on
Yeah,
him.
because they're turning too, and the water's moving, so he's trying to.
Yeah,
like,
I thought that was also really funny because halfway, so as soon as he gets into the submarine, I'm going, okay, this is cool. And I'm thinking the whole thing is flooded because it imploded.
Yeah.
And I'm going like, okay, that's fine. And then as soon as he gets in, it pressurizes. And I'm like, oh, that's not how an implosion works. There's holes in this thing. Like, for a while there, I was wondering, how did the crew get out of the ship? Like, how did they get sucked out?
Yeah. How did they rise up to the top?
Because apparently there was a crack.
There was an explosion of some sort.
Yeah, so how did it get pressurized?
Science went out the window. Science went out the window.
Like, that was the thing that didn't make sense.
Okay,
Like,
now that
all you
Sean's gone,
needed- all you
now that
needed to
Sean's
do-
gone, let me break this down to you. You know where I lost it? Where I was just like, this is so stupid.
Where you just started whipping it out?
No, when
Ah!
he rips his suit off.
Uh-huh. Oh, in the underwater?
Underwater, and I'm just like, you freaking idiot! Like that was your pressurized
Yeah.
suit.
So
And then he goes out from the torpedo hut.
I think you just want to show his body.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine, that's fine. But then the part where I'm just like, bruh, stop this, is when the freaking missile or the submarine wing clips his helmet and he takes it off. I'm
Oh
like, this
my
dude's
God.
dead, dude.
Yeah.
This dude's dead. There's no point. Somehow he still
Yeah.
makes it.
Yeah.
Somehow he still makes it. I don't
I
get
mean,
it.
he's not breathing, but
He's not.
Yeah.
He's
they
dead.
didn't- I like how they didn't explain how far down he was. They just
No.
said he's
Brother
deep.
was over 1,000 feet
Dude,
underwater.
They just said he was deep,
You know how he
and then he was almost 1,000.
Because he was going deeper.
brother
was-
had no
Yeah.
light. There was no
he
light.
was so deep that he could get the bends where he needed a chamber.
That brother would have been imploded times 2.
Yes.
Would have been all swollen.
But you know what ended up reviving him? The power of love.
Oh,
Nah.
No,
Dude, that
Taylor
would've been-
Atwell.
that would've
Oh
been-
my God, that angle when she was trying to revive him.
Oh, dude, I thought it was
She's just-
so funny. Did you hear me start laughing?
Yeah, because they have the angle down and like she's doing CPR.
She's doing CPR and they're all like
But
this.
she's wearing a low cut and
Yeah.
the angle's getting
It's
closer.
it's just all boob.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
I'm
Oh, I
It's
did
just-
not even pay attention to that.
Dude.
I think it was
How
just
did you
no,
not?
no, legitimately, I was more amazed at the fact.
And it's just like right here, man. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
and it's just, and they're like bouncing.
Tom
And she's like,
Cruise wanted
she's
to
like,
make sure that
Ethan!
Haley, yeah,
Ethan!
yeah.
Ethan, dude, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, I was more engrossed in the action scenes. I didn't even pay attention to a pair of tits in front of me, man. That movie took the attention away from that. I don't even care,
There's
dude.
boobs in an Eskimo. What are you
I
talking
couldn't
about?
do it. Well, apparently, I didn't pay attention, dude.
Okay,
I was
so
more
also,
involved in the action.
I'm wondering if there is I wonder if there's a cutscene of Haley Atwell and the Eskimo woman fighting a polar bear. Because why would that scene be in the movie where she's like,
Oh,
"Oh, the
how to,
gun,
like,
the
yeah.
gun is for shooting a polar
Can you
bear."
do one thing really quick? Can you check how old Tom Cruise is?
He's like 56.
nah.
But I want to
No,
know.
I
I
think
think
he's almost 60.
60.
Okay, hold
I
on.
say 56.
I
I
say
think he's-
63.
I'm gonna say
56,
60. I'm gonna go
63.
63.
Okay,
I'm gonna
you're
go
going
60.
60.
I'm down to go to 60.
I'm gonna go 60.
And then look up Haley Atwell as well too. 'Cause
Oh,
this
she's
is-
like
Dude,
48.
Dude, I thought
Yeah.
that was also one of the funniest things of just like, oh, I upgraded. Like that was the lesson I learned.
Well, did they
Got
get-
Captain
okay,
Carter.
when they were shooting Dead
Okay.
Reckoning? Were they also shooting
way.
Dune Part 2?
Dune Part 2?
Yeah, during that time.
Maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
No,
like, why they had
It
the-
wasn't
No?
because we saw Dune Part 2 in IMAX and it had like a good theater run.
Uh-huh.
And then Dead Reckoning took IMAX theaters, and I remember there was controversy because one of the movies was on IMAX, and it.
No, he's asking if whether or not
They were filming.
they killed her off because she had to go to Dune 2.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
possibly.
All right, who got it right?
No one.
Oh,
Is he
70.
43?
Okay.
He's 37.
80.
No, he
He's
is
been
62. Renee, you said 63,
Three, yeah.
and I said 61. So he's right.
Fight to the death.
Sandwich between the two of
so
us.
tied.
He's 62.
But you were way off. 56.
Nah, I was off
Dude,
by 6.
I knew he was at least in his 60s.
All right, what about Haley Atwell?
Can't check how old Haley Atwell, because I just see it was just so funny. Just
Haley
to
Atwell
see,
is like in her late 30s to 40s.
Yeah, but we're
Yeah.
also talking about the man that refused to stand next to what's her name in Maverick, and how to
Oh,
use a
yeah.
stepping
Listen,
stool.
at a certain point, Tom Cruise is going to start looking like.
She's 43.
She's 43.
said
How tall is
48.
she?
She looks good.
43.
5'6".
Oh, I'm gonna say 5'9",
I'll say 5'5".
Yeah, well.
because there was a couple of scenes where it looked like she was looking down at him.
Yeah.
She is 5'7".
That's close.
How
Okay.
tall is Tom Cruise?
Oh, he's
5'2"?
like he's
5'2"?
under 5'10".
5'4".
Is he under 5'5"?
I think he's 5'8".
He's 5'4".
Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is not 5'8".
He's 5'4".
He's like 5'5".
Is he really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
short.
dude, he's shorter than me, or if anything, he's like about my
I can
height.
look over his head.
I can totally take him.
That explains
No.
why there's a lot of like.
He's 62 and he'd still beat you up.
I just
Yeah.
typed in Tom, and it's Tom
Tom Cruise's height.
Cruise height.
Yeah.
It's
What
like
is
the first search.
I will
Oh
say,
yeah, he's 5'7".
yeah,
He's
that's what
5'7".
I-
So
that's
we
what
are
I
the-
was saying. He was
we
like
are the same
5'8".
height.
So I'm taller than him too.
Yeah.
I'm 5'9".
Yeah, I'm taller than Tom Cruise.
Wow, I feel so accomplished
Can you
with all this power I have.
What's the?
Oh
God.
Who's
and
the?
speaking
no.
about
Hold on.
running.
At a certain, dude, there's so many scenes where he's driving a car and then goes, "Forget it, I'd be faster on foot," and just gets out of the car and starts running.
I like that Family Guy bit. Why do you think Tom Cruise is always running in all of his movies?
What?
I think he just
It-
likes the
it-
way he runs.
No, it's a cutaway of him trying to outrun his gay thoughts.
Oh.
That's why he's always running in all of his movies.
No, in this movie, he has a car. He has a car chase trying to get the secondary villain in
He
this.
crashes the car
And
and
he-
goes, "I got it. Let's run."
And he runs, and then
And
the
then
next
catches
scene-
up.
He does.
And catches up.
No.
The next
He's like the
scene-
Bionicle Man.
Yeah, and then trying to catch an airplane about to take off the ground.
I
But he
yeah,
doesn't make that.
swear to- I
If he
swear
would
to
have,
you-
if he would have made it onto the airplane, I would have been like, "He's superhuman.
Yeah.
This all sounds superhuman
He's
already.
Captain America."
I think I would have walked out and then come back in and been like, all right,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm
No
sorry.
wonder
I had a
why he's
moment."
after her. That's Steve Rogers right there. That's who that is.
Yeah, do you think he was watching First Avenger, being like, "I wish I could have gotten that role.
I could have gotten
I
it.
could have gotten that.
Oh, my
It could have been me."
But overall, movie was great.
It was good.
It was a fun cinematic experience. I feel like if you are a fan of Mission Impossible, this is a definitely IMAX watch.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen any of the Mission Impossible movies, I feel like you can wait for streaming.
What I was saying to what was it? I was saying to my brother and also a coworker was I think that this is a great ending for the series. It's a great little like if they don't make any more after
Does
this.
it end?
How does he do? What
But
else
does
can you
it
do?
end?
No.
But does it end? I just felt like they kind of
Put
just
him in
was like,
space.
he's
Well,
just moving on to the
Who
next
does he
mission.
fight?
Well, no, because that's the thing though is that I kind of felt with
Himself.
with Luther's speech
There's
at
a
the
clone.
end, and it's like, hey, you should really like just kind of retire.
Mhm.
Like you should enjoy the world that you've been protecting.
Well, that's the thing is that the
And-
movie ends with him, all the crew splitting and going their ways, and then Haley Atwell's character giving him the entity. Like
Yes.
you are going to go into hiding and protect this entity.
That's going to be your new job is to basically guard the entity.
And she'll come by and be a sneaky leak once in a while.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I did think it was interesting too. The idea of if we leave it here, it's fine.
I don't
Ethan-
want another
Ethan-
one. I
Ethan
just
Hunt-
loved it
no,
so
Ethan
No, I'm
Hunt is
fine.
gone?
I'm fine with if they don't do another one, but I wouldn't be shocked if 10 years down the line.
What, 10
10
He's going to be
years?
73.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Brother's
I
not
know.
going to be able to
No.
run.
No, but I
No,
wouldn't
no,
be
no,
shocked though.
I would be okay with it if he was playing the John Voight role, where he was just the mastermind.
Oh, but he turns evil? I don't know if I like that.
No, not turning evil, but like he's he's playing the.
He's the
whole-
new like
He's the new-
handler.
But see,
handler.
the problem with that is that if he needs to pass this onto a successor,
Taylor
they
Lautner.
have to be as crazy as Tom Cruise.
But that's the thing, though, is that they've already kind of positioned Haley Atwell. To,
yes,
like,
but
take
is
up
she
the
willing to
mantle.
do the stunts that he does?
Oh,
No,
no.
of course
Then
not.
there you go.
She
It's
has
not a
a
Mission
stunt woman.
Impossible. It's not a Mission
Do
Impossible.
you think she
movie.
actually got cut in half? Come on.
No. But still, like I don't know. Like for me, I love Mission Impossible movies because of how stupid he gets.
like the Fast and
Oh,
Furious
yeah.
movies. Yeah.
Hell yeah,
They're-
dude.
They're just
it's
seeing how
ridiculous.
ridiculous it's
Yeah,
gonna be.
that's
They're in their
hilarious.
own. They're not in our world. They're in
Yeah.
this like hyper realistic.
They're
world.
drugs.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
drugs. They're mental drugs.
It's so funny too because they were like, I loved the idea of they're trying to hack into this server, and Simon Pegg's character is bleeding, and he was just like, "We need to finish this quickly before I pass out."
Mhm.
And then he's like talking about these, and he's like, "Whatever you do, don't cut the." And then he starts passing out, and then they slap him, and his first reaction is, "Hey, what the? Oh wait, yeah, you're right."
The red one.
The red wire.
Like his first reaction is to get mad. Like, why'd you slap? Oh yeah, that's right. We were in the middle of something. Hang on.
That theater experience, though, dude. Let me tell you, everyone was engrossed in it.
Everybody had a good time.
Everyone had
Cool.
a good time.
People
it
were
was so much
clapping,
fun.
People were excited.
Yeah.
I will say though, Once again, that plane scene, dude. That plane scene
That was good.
Oh my god.
is it's incredible.
Dude,
It
I
is-
just want to watch it again.
in
dude.
Yeah,
IMAX.
same.
In IMAX,
Such a good high.
you know what? The plane scene was as good as in Top Gun Maverick when they're doing like the trench run.
Oh, yes.
Like that's how good that was.
Damn.
When they're doing like the trench run scene and you're getting like
That's a
into
bold
it,
statement.
dude. It's up there. Like, is it better?
No.
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 But it's up there. It
Okay.
has
You know
the same
what?
hype.
It
has the same energy.
It tried
Yeah.
to be in the same way, but the trench run in Maverick is a serious thing. The airplane scene went funnier.
Oh yeah, no, because honestly, it really does turn into a Roger Moore movie.
It,
Yeah.
It turns into a Roger Moore's Bond, where he's jumping from plane to plane, and then just like popping out of nowhere, like Indiana Jones, just sucker punching people. You know what his move was to kill people in a plane? He would knock them out, unbuckle them, and then flip the plane upside down, and then just watch them fall out.
yeah.
That was how he killed people in planes.
Wow.
And then he would then set the plane back and jump in and start flying it.
That's not even the best part.
He didn't even kill them. He like gravity to it. Then you know what? He has no remorse. He has like they fall out and he's just kind of like and they hit the ground.
The best part for me was
The
when
only
he
thing that
gets
would
on
have
the
been better
first
if the
plane.
guy would have hit the ground and bounced. Like that would have been the only
So
thing.
the best part for me is when he gets into the first plane.
Yeah.
He realizes that he got into the wrong cockpit. So
It has
he
no
like
gauge.
yeah.
It has no gauges.
So he's like, well, puts the helmet on, the goggles, proceeds to walk outside, climb around to the other end, and then he's finally adjusted. No more than a minute scene, but it was just kind of like, we don't need this. We
He
don't
could
need
have
this.
just gotten into the right cockpit
Yeah.
the first time.
You fly planes. You don't know which one isn't the actual pilot one. No, didn't realize it, but does it anyways. I think he just wanted to just prove a point
And
that
then
he can walk
at a
around
certain
like that.
point, the villain is just playing chicken with him with two prop planes. Like literally, he's just behind him, like a car chase. Like okay, you know, like in a normal car chase where one car will start bumping the other one to like tease them, like in the middle of the car chase.
Yeah.
He was getting the propeller and hitting the other plane with it. Like he was chopping up Tom Cruise's plane with the propeller on his prop plane.
Bits of his tail was coming off every
Yeah.
other scene.
I was like, what is this? At a certain point, he just says, forget my plane, jumps to the other one. And then the guy was like, oh, great, you're in here. Now we're just going to just, and he just keeps doing loops and flips, and he's just doing everything else. It was hilarious.
Cinema at its best. Put
Yeah.
it that way. What would you guys rate this movie?
Out of what, 10?
Out of 10.
Out of 10, I'd give it an 8.
yeah, I give it
think-
an 8.
The only reason and that's the thing though, I would give it I give it an 8 because I feel the first hour is slow. The first hour, it's kind of like you turn the engine on and now we're waiting for it to warm up. Yeah. And then once that engine kind of gets revved, it's 1,000 miles a minute, and you're going boom, 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 boom. But in the very first hour, you're kind of like, all right, okay, it's a lot of exposition. It's a lot of like, okay, so this is what's going on in the world. This is it's a lot of world building and a lot of exposition of where people are and what people need to do.
I get you.
For me, it's after it was when we did you noticed the 2-hour mark, and then that's when it broke out of me, and I started getting a little like fatigue from the movie.
Tired.
Yeah, and so that's why it's like that's when the reality broke out of it. And I was like, oh shit, okay, we're here for another like hour and stuff, and
Can
then
you mark
one
that one
more.
down, please?
And then so that it was that's where it kind of
Sorry.
that's what kind of like it
No, I get
it stopped for me.
I get you. I can agree on the 8 simply because of it. The story at the beginning threw me off. Everything else was perfectly fine. If it wasn't a 10 p.m. showing, I probably would have been like much more awake. But if Fallout was my Fast 5, this is my Fast 10 times 2.
I think that also the timing. I don't know why it needed to be a month later. I don't know why.
You could have done it a couple months later.
You could have just said it was a few years.
Yeah.
Because the idea that Luther was able to discover, invent, and create things in a month.
The poison pill.
Yeah, for the poison pill. Whereas if you were saying that for the last like 2 years, it's been slowly infecting banking. It's been infecting like local communication. Like it's just been slowly deteriorating. What was it? The cyber networks and everything else. I think that would have been more interesting if it would have been a year at least. This is the kind of like cyber terrorism that's been happening, and that's explaining why people are so upset because it feels like their governments aren't doing anything and they're living in this world.
Yeah.
And that would have made more sense of all of these cities kind of
losing it
because
was
it's
no
been a year.
political problems. It was more like everything was handled in Ethan's world in a way.
Yeah, and I always thought that was weird too. Of like we keep talking to the American government, but we haven't talked to Britain. We haven't talked to Russia. We haven't talked to any of these other major superpowers.
Yeah.
We just, for some reason, know that their nuclear weapons have gone offline. Like we're connected to them, and we know exactly when they
Yeah,
are.
how would they have that information? That
We
doesn't
kind of
make
know.
sense.
Well, because it explains it. We have to wrap this up soon,
Yeah.
but they explain it with the fact that they know the nuclear superpowers in the world. So I think they name 8: Russia, France, the United Kingdom, North Korea,
Africa.
Turkey, the U.S., things like that. So they know. Then there's a network for it. But I recommend that you watch it. I recommend that you watch
Really
it.
quick, favorite Mission Impossible movie?
Fallout.
Fallout.
Ghost Protocol.
Ghost
I
Protocol.
really
Ghost Protocol. I like Ghost Protocol.
I just like Fallout because there was more. I feel like it flowed better. I might have to watch Ghost Protocol again.
The reason why I like Ghost Protocol more is because of the team.
What was
I
the,
love
what was
the
the
team.
setup for? What was the big stunt in Ghost Protocol?
He has to climb that
tower.
glass tower.
Oh, you're
in Saudi
right.
Arabia or something.
You're right.
Yeah.
I liked that one, but
Dubai,
also
I think.
yeah, in
Dubai? Was it
It's
Dubai?
it's the
Okay.
tallest tower
He actually
in the
climbed
world.
it.
He actually climbed
Yeah.
it.
He free climbed it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and the
crazy.
other thing that I liked about it too is I think that Jeremy Renner was a great addition to the team.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah.
I also like Ghost Protocol because it has one of my favorite openings when it's in to get Ethan out, where he's in prison and they play Frank Sinatra,
Oh yeah,
and then he's communicating with Benji through the cameras, and he's all, what? No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Okay, fine. He's all, just,
You know what? Dead Reckoning's intro was not bad. The airport scene.
Oh, the airport
Yeah,
scene
the
was
airport
great.
scene is good.
Yeah.
But but that's what I mean though is that Dead Reckoning is good. It builds off of Fallout and it also builds off of Ghost Protocol. But I do feel the team is a little more fleshed out inside of Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, no.
I feel like the team is more entertaining in Ghost Protocol and also in just what shenanigans they're all getting into.
Yeah.
Because I think it's Ghost Protocol when they have to when they're in the mini and it's him and Benji and they're just crashing
No,
into stuff.
that's
Or is that
Rogue
Fallout?
Nation.
That's Rogue Nation.
Yeah, that's when he goes underwater and he gets trapped in the server underwater.
Oh, okay.
He just got revived and he's driving and stuff.
Yeah, it's him and
Yeah.
Benji.
It's him and
Yeah.
Benji, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Ready to wrap up the show?
Oh, where would you rank it in the would you put it in your top 5 of like Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
Oh, the new one? Yeah, it would be top 5. Probably 5.
Because we got 8.
Yeah.
There's 8 of these things.
I'd have to sit on it. You're asking too much right now.
Really?
Yeah, you're asking too
No,
much.
I mean,
I'd have to replay the movies.
Because I do think that
That's
one.
true.
I think 1 is probably like near the bottom.
yeah.
One, I'd
With
put
John
at
and
five.
two?
John Voight. Yeah.
Like, the 1 and 2 are the weaker movies.
Yes. How they got more after 1
Yeah.
and 2, I don't know.
I enjoyed 1.
Oh,
And
me
1 is
too.
5.
I feel like 2 is too weird. Because at a certain point, 2 is just Face Off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we do got to wrap up. I'll talk to you guys afterwards.
Yeah.
I'll maybe list them. But that brings us to the end of year 4. This is it, guys. Year 4, issue 249 ends. Issue 250 will be the launch of year 5. We're working on a new intro. We're working on some new projects, so keep an eye on that. Next week, we're going to be shooting out our annual. So that means that it's not a new issue where we talk about current topics and stuff like that, but it's going to be more of like a throwback where we discuss our accomplishments this year, what we're hoping to bring to the table for year 5.
We make it out.
And yeah, sure.
Yay.
Totally.
Yeah.
Finally.
I like how Brian said yes. Promise.
did.
I didn't
You
realize
did.
what you were saying.
You did. Did.
But first and foremost, thank you guys to
6.
all our new supporters, all our new followers.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for everything that you guys have done for us in year 4, for all the shout outs, all the opportunities, for just coming out and watching us at the Santa Fe Springs Art Festival,
Yes.
for just saying hi out on the streets and stuff like that. We appreciate the support, and you know what? We'll talk more about it in annual number 2 when it comes out the following week. But with that said, are we ready to close this out?
Let's do it.
This has been Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 249. My name is Bryan.
Renee.
I'm Sean.
And we'll see you all in the next issue, year 5, baby. Bye. Bye.